Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in A String of Black Beads.
I know, Louis. Lunchtime. Just as soon as I adjust this balance wheel. Stitch in time clocks.
Staff Inspector McPhee for Charles McMahon. 1 moment, please.
Hey, partner, long time no see.
Yeah. How you been, Kirk?
Moving on up, Charlie, moving on up. I'm unit commander, homicide now.
Yeah, I read. Congratulations.
Yeah, before you know it, I'll be chief, eh?
God help us all. What can I do for you?
Remember Paul Howard?
Pretty hard to forget your last case.
Yeah, it's happening again.
What's happening again?
Reverend Gary James, the current pastor at Fellowship Baptist, he's been stabbed. Same M.O. as Howard. And get this, he was just appointed to the police board.
Paul Howard was murdered 10 years ago.
And we never got the killer.
It's a coincidence, Kurt. Get out the old files, scotch the connection, and move on.
That's just it. The old files, our files, they're missing.
FI to FO? I want them in cell 3. That's right, cell 3. Yes, hello, can I help you?
I'm looking for Malcolm Fieldstein.
You've got me.
Charlie McMahon.
Oh, yeah, SI, Staff Inspector McPhee called. First time I've ever been chewed out by a unit commander.
He's taken a special interest in this one. What's happening down here?
Reorganization. The station's being decommissioned, turned into storage. Dead file Small Town are being dumped on us, and then they chew me out for losing your case.
Life is cruel, especially in records. Let's look in here.
But that's P.
Yeah, P. From Pathé to Patterson, Patty, Pawchuk, Paul. Here we are.
Filed under Howard Paul instead of Paul Howard.
Corporal Jackson. He did all the filing in homicide. Always got the names muddled.
Then it's not just this file?
No.
He who is first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
You may just be right.
I am the most highly trained new tech expert on the Toronto Metropolitan Police Force.
Then what are you doing here?
Some idiot in personnel saw computers on my resume and put me in records. Computer crime? Duh. Sorry, it's my allergies. This dust makes you cranky. And the heat. If you could just open a window, but no, they're all sealed.
From when they put in the air conditioning.
Which no longer functions. So, you were the investigating officer on the Howard murder?
Yeah.
Thick file.
That happens when they don't get solved. Know the case?
Before my time. What happened?
Paul Howard was pastor of the Fellowship Baptist. Real media darling. Made enough noise about systemic racism to get appointed to the Police Services Board. He was trying to open a special investigation into criminal police actions when he got himself stabbed.
Great PR for the department.
The best. The cops did it, right? And a big cover-up had to follow, which was a pilot... Hey, out there in the lot.
Oh, jeez.
That bike cop's giving me a ticket.
Jolene! Hey, Jolene! Oh, she can't hear me. Come on, I'll talk to her.
It's like they don't even care this is a cop shop.
Hey, Jolene, this guy's here to see me.
Sorry, Malcolm, but the sign says police cars only, and this isn't a police car.
Sorry, I was assigned to this spot for 9 years.
You're an old guy. Why didn't you say so? What unit?
Homicide.
When did you retire?
About 10 years ago.
You're Charlie McMahon.
Yeah.
Amazing, you must have been like 13 when he retired.
He didn't retire, he resigned. And I remember because I lived in the same building as Billy Parker.
Billy who?
Parker. Detective McMahon here shot him. The ticket's written up. It stands.
I'm missing something here, aren't I?
During the Howard investigation, my partner and I were doing some follow-up at the church. We came out and found this jerk, 1718, spray painting the side of our car. Things got a little physical. Kid made a grab at my holster. I pulled my gun, and it went off.
This kid, he was Billy Parker?
No, Billy Parker's mom worked for the congregation. He was on his way to see her. He just walked right into it.
That's bad news.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it was another racially motivated shooting. I resigned, but it didn't matter. From then on, the Howard case was dead in the water.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, we found the file. Come on, I want you to deliver it personally. Might impress the big SI. Help get you out of here.
You serious? You're gonna help me?
Sure. They need somebody in homicide who knows how to file. Kirk, they told me you were down here.
Charlie. Yeah, I usually leave the investigations to the officers assigned, but given our history with the case, it's going to be hands-on. Any luck at the old shop?
I found him, with some help from Constable Fieldstein. You got a smart kid here, Kirk. Gonna be a good cop.
Oh, gross.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, sorry, it's just the crime scene photos posted on the board.
That's Reverend James.
Yes, it's just... he's...
Dead. Great. Okay.
You looked at these yet, Kirk?
Yep.
These black things all over the floor?
They're beads.
Beads?
Reverend Howard's hands were tied. With beads. The M.O. on the two crimes is too close to wish away. So they asked me to consult on the investigation.
And who does he ask to work with? You and me.
Me? Why me?
It's your beat, isn't it?
Oh, it's me because he needs a black cop to run interference, right, McMahon?
We both know it'd be useless for me to go nosing around your community alone.
Jolene, this is a real honest-to-God case.
Run by a civilian, everyone thinks it's a racist.
There's nothing run by Charlie. He's a special advisor working with us.
You think solving this case will rehabilitate your reputation?
My reputation doesn't matter, and you've got a pretty strange attitude for a cop.
I'm a new cop. We all got a different kind of attitude.
Look, a cop gets an innocent civilian killed. He's got no business being a cop, period.
Then why do you want back on this case? Why'd they ask you?
Because I want to know why a killer commits a murder, waits 10 years, and then does it again.
You ever think that maybe the killer blew it just like you? Maybe he was out of action for 10 years, too.
You could be right.
Could be.
Only one way you're going to find out. Work with me.
What makes you think you can be any better at doing this job than you were the last time around?
I won't be, but you're smart enough to make the difference, aren't you?
Right.
Look, Constable, a lot of things got said about me back then that were wrong. It's been eating at me ever since. Now, I've got a second chance, and you've got a big break. You want to ride a bike for the rest of your career?
Definitely not part of the plan.
Then help me figure out why this guy's back on the scene.
Come on, Jolene.
I'll do it. But it doesn't mean I trust you.
No, I guess I'm going to have to earn that, aren't I?
Before the Feds started coordinating databases, this would have been impossible, but now I can access conviction and release dates on every correctional facility in the country and cross-reference the two against the murders.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Damn.
What?
Access denied. They changed the passwords again.
And they don't give you a new password?
They don't give out passwords to filing clerks. This will take a second or two to crack. What's the story on these beads?
We showed them around, tried to get an opinion, but all we got was that they were antique prayer beads, period. Probably flea market purchases or something. It makes no sense, because Howard and James were definitely not Catholics.
I'm in. Voila. 6 hits in the Toronto region.
So that's 3 for each of you.
Cross Fred Baines off your list. Says here she committed suicide last month.
She?
Sorry, he was a cross-dresser. Work the track. Next.
Okay, what do we have? Client 1 was in for bank robbery. Client 2 murdered his wife. Third up, Jack Gilbert, I know him. A biker out of Oshawa, shot his partner in a drug deal.
None of them likely to get their kicks slicing up the clergy, then or now.
Number 6. Eugene Miller, charged with arson 2 weeks after the murder.
I want you two to run checks on everybody else on this list. Cross the I's and dot the T's. And while you're wasting your time, I'm going to talk to S.I. McPhee.
About Mr. Miller?
That's right.
Why? What did he torch?
A church.
Eugene who?
Miller. He torched a church in Parkdale just after the first murder, and he got out at Penetanguishene 5 weeks before the second.
This guy torched the church, and nobody in the entire department noticed he existed?
Given Howard's politics, we all assumed the killer was white. Eugene Miller's black.
Yeah, black, white, what a load of crap. We got beads. This guy must be some kind of charismatic Catholic or something. Nut who thinks he's defending the one true church.
You wish. But Miller's a Baptist, same as James and Howard.
The GDB's never made any sense. Okay, let's drag this guy in and rattle his cage. Maybe something will fall out.
It is true that in the past I have suffered from episodes that resulted in admittance to a psychiatric facility. That is a record of fact.
This is great.
And it was during one of these episodes that you set fire to the Church of the Holy Martyrs.
First time you've watched an interrogation?
I can only tell you what I remember.
First time I've watched a real interrogation through a real observation glass.
The night of the fire.
How do you figure McPhee's doing?
Miller's running circles around him.
I had been depressed, deeply concerned for my faith. I'm sad to say that I contemplated suicide.
So this fire was what? A kind of suicide attempt?
Perhaps, but I don't really know. That night I remember passing by a whole string of houses of worship, unable to enter any of them. The next thing I remember, I was standing in the burning church. I tried to quench the flames, which is how I acquired the burns. They were very, painful.
S.I. McPhee. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, Mr. Miller. I'll be right back.
They shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons.
For God's sake, turn that speaker off. A lawyer showed up. Wants to see his client.
Legal aid didn't used to be this prompt.
This guy's not from legal aid.
So who's paying?
Elizabeth Parker.
Billy Parker's mom?
I don't get it.
Join the club. Well, we can't take it to the Crown without evidence, and he gave me nothing.
He's our guy. I can smell it.
Great. Here's his file back. Make us both happy. Prove it.
Miller Eugene? Nobody's called Miller Eugene.
Eugene, who was first, shall be Miller, who was last.
Very funny. But why would you even think...
He said he'd been burnt, but there was no medical report in the file.
Enfield, Ellis, Eugene. Oh my God, that clerk was positively demented.
Told you the file was too thin. Burnt pretty bad. 3rd degree. Smell of gas. Yeah. Typical. Emergency guys call. Fire marshal. Yeah. Hello.
Are you aware you talk to yourself?
Huh?
You talk to yourself.
I prefer to call it thinking aloud. Comes from being alone. When I'm home, I talk to my cat.
Is there something of interest in there?
Yeah. Have a read.
Patient had a partially healed gash on right hand. When questioned about the injury, he replied he'd done it slicing bread. When asked why he didn't seek treatment, he said he prayed over it.
You know something, Malcolm? Slashers cut themselves during attacks. It happens all the time. Remember O.J.?
I do. He claimed he cut his hand on broken glass and all that business with the blood-soaked glove and DNA.
DNA? When he was killed, the Reverend Howard was wearing his chasuble.
His what?
You know, like a black gown. There was a lot of blood.
Forensics must have taken samples.
They checked the blood type. It matched Howard, so that was as far as they took it.
Well, we can take it a bit further than that these days. Just need to track down his record of his personal effects, physical evidence, and... Damn.
What?
Storage. The department took the samples they needed, made a photographic record of everything, and kept crucial physical evidence, like the beads. But personal effects? The Reverend had no family, so all his effects were returned.
Where?
To the church.
She's bound to recognize you.
I know. I'm ready for it.
Why can't you just let me take care of it?
I'm not going to hide behind you. I shot her son. I'm involved in the investigation. She has the right to know that, if she doesn't already.
Hello, Jolene. How are you?
Fine, Mrs. Parker.
I know you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry to bother you, but I thought...
Thought you resigned the force.
I did, but this new case...
2 of our finest leaders, both coming from this same church. Something sure stinks there, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because Mr. McMahon was involved in the first case, he's been asked
Come around and mess things up again?
Mrs. Parker, we think Eugene Miller may be connected to both murders.
That's pretty obvious. The way he got dragged in off the streets.
Why did you get him a lawyer?
He's an old friend, and I guess he's going to need all the help he can get, now that you're involved.
You've known him a long time, then?
He worked here in this ministry for a while, back in the 80s, but, well, he had his own way of seeing things.
I remember that. So he and Reverend Howard didn't get along?
He was with us before Reverend Howard's appointment. Can't say for sure they ever met.
Why did he leave?
Why does anybody leave? You should know the answer to that one.
Mrs. Parker, please.
Like I said, he had his own way of seeing things. Made some people uncomfortable.
But not you.
The man knows his Bible. and his history. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Mrs. Parker, Reverend Howard's robe came back to the church with his personal effects.
That's right. And you know what Reverend James did? He put it in a glass cabinet up by the altar and said it was going to stay right there to remind us all of what had happened until the day the murder was solved.
Is the robe still there?
You solved the case yet?
I'm trying to.
There's been some big breakthroughs in DNA research over the last few years, Mrs. Parker.
I'm sure. Enough so you could use that robe to frame Eugene.
DNA doesn't lie, Mrs. Parker. And it could prove Mr. Miller is innocent.
Unless some racist tampers with the evidence?
You ever think even for a moment you could be wrong about me?
No. You quit the police force to cover up my son's death.
We both know your son died because I screwed up. But race had nothing to do with it.
You shot my son down as he was walking out of his church. No way you would have been waving a gun around in front of a church in Rosedale.
If the situation warranted it, I would.
Then why did you resign?
Look, think whatever you want to think about me. All I'm trying to do is stop whoever killed Reverend James and Reverend Howard before they hurt somebody else. You want race to get in the way of that, there's nothing I can do about it.
I can almost feel you squirm, Sergeant McMahon.
Mrs. Parker, I am truly sorry for your
You
loss.
can feel sorry all you want. The only thing counts is how you live the rest of your life.
So what are you saying, Betty? Are you going to give him a chance or what?
You think I should do that?
It's the only way anyone is going to find out who he really is.
I'll get the robe. But I doubt it'll do you much good. It's all cleaned and pressed. Nice as can be.
The odds of forensics getting anything incriminating from this robe are minimal. You know that.
Well, I imagine it's a long shot, but I think we...
McPhee. He is. Well, of course, send him up. It's Eugene Miller. He wants to talk to me.
As barbarous as the idea of putting the raiment of a murdered man on display in the house of God may be, I must admit when Mrs. Parker told me about the robe, I was overjoyed.
Why is that, Mr. Miller?
It may just be my deliverance. If they don't find my blood on the garment, then I'll have proven my innocence, won't I?
It's just one test.
Yes. But without this evidence, to continue to pursue me would have to be seen as harassment, don't you think?
Harassment?
Perhaps persecute is a better word. They shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for thy own sake. Luke 21:14.
That's the second time I've heard that quote from him.
You came in here on your own, Mr. Miller. You can hardly call that persecution, can you?
Luke 21. That's a chapter of prophecy.
Prophecy? What prophecy?
The destruction of the temple.
Keep talking.
Christ went to the temple in Jerusalem, and the place was full of merchants, stalls set up selling offerings, food, things to drink. Jesus went crazy. He drove them all out and then prophesied that the temple would be destroyed.
How?
By fire, I think. Hold it. Are you suggesting? Nah, it's too weird.
Not for a man acting out a prophecy. He's got to eliminate the corrupt priests. Drive them out of the temple permanently. Turn the sound back on.
You say I am not persecuted, but you seek me out. In a world full of unrighteous men, you come for the man of God. What am I to think, sir?
I think you're a killer, Eugene.
I'm just doing my job, Mr. Miller.
We still have no proof of that.
No, but you can bet he's dying to tell somebody.
Like the centurions of old.
Who?
Whoever understands, and that is definitely not going to be S.I. McPhee.
Just a few more questions about the Reverend Howard.
No, I'm sorry. I feel we have entirely exhausted the topic.
I want you to go in there, Jolene.
Me?
Tell McPhee I need to talk to him.
And then what?
And then you blow the case. I get to blame a black woman, and the entire police force, you accepted, of course, gets to go home happy. Is that what you think?
I just want to be clear here.
Fine, let's be clear. I'm giving you a shot because I think you're the only one he's going to trust. And I think you're smart enough to pull it off.
You better not hang me out to dry, Charlie. I wouldn't like that.
Hey, you called me Charlie. I think we're getting somewhere.
Look, Mr. Miller, I do appreciate your cooperation, but until we have all these matters dealt with...
I just want to see my name cleared.
Staff Inspector McPhee, Mr. McMahon wants to see you.
Wants to see me? I'm in the middle of...
He said it was urgent.
Oh, all right. Mr. Miller, this will only take a second.
I said I want to leave now.
I'll stay with him, sir.
Good, you do that.
Sorry, Reverend Miller. These guys don't know the meaning of respect.
And who might you be?
I'm Jolene Gray. You used to preach at my church when I was a little girl.
When you were a little girl?
At Fellowship Baptist, before Reverend Howard came.
The golden time.
It was a golden time. I was very impressed.
What's up, Charlie?
I've got a theory. Hope it works.
You were... I didn't know the word at the time, but you were... a scholar.
I have made a serious study of the holy places and the times in which you walked.
Hey, she's questioning our boy.
My idea.
Yes, sir. We all missed you when you left.
Charlie.
Shh, listen.
I never could figure out why they picked Reverend Howard over you.
It was the decision of the church elders, and I had no right to question their wisdom.
Charlie, I can't let some wet-behind-the-ears bike cop question our suspect.
Shut up, Kirk. She's making our case.
To tell you the truth, my mother never cared much for Reverend Howard. She said he spent too much time on politics and not nearly enough on his Bible.
Oh, yeah. It was always "we shall overcome" with him.
You knew him then?
At the time, his name was hard to avoid.
I got it.
Got what?
The beads. I got on the net, sent some pictures around. Those beads are the real thing, artifacts from the Middle East.
Yeah, Reverend Howard sure did raise a lot of dust, didn't he?
What's she doing in here?
Making our case.
Oh.
And that Gary James, he was even worse.
I'd best be on my way.
The beads, what else?
There was one lesson you taught I've never forgotten. The money lenders in the temple. Mark 11, right?
Verse 14.
They were trading beads. You used to use them like currency. You bought and sold things all over the Middle East using
How's
beads.
it go? And Jesus went into the temple and began to cast out those that sold and bought there, and overthrew the tables of the moneylenders and them that sold doves.
Seem to understand. Do you?
I believe I do.
Well, I think you understand nothing. Good day.
Reverend Miller, wait, Charlie, I lost him. You're sure he's here?
I told you, I followed him.
I don't like this.
Neither do I, but we've got no other choice.
If S.I. McPhee...
I'll take care of Kirk, but you're the one who's got to get this confession.
I still say it'd be a hell of a lot easier without two white guys peering over my shoulder.
Solo flight? Been there, tried that.
Malcolm, if you don't...
Now, why can't you just leave this poor man alone?
Mrs. Parker.
And you especially, Jolene. You should be ashamed.
Mrs. Parker, I want you to tell him I understand the beads.
And what beads might those be?
Now, Mr. Miller, I thought we agreed we wouldn't be talking to these people without your lawyer ever again.
They're Phoenician trading beads. Those who sold and bought in the temple. They traded in beads, didn't they?
Now, that's enough.
It was a common practice.
Mrs. Parker, I don't think you understand.
But who know, Eugene? A few biblical scholars and you, of course.
Of course.
And even if we knew about the beads in the temple, well, that doesn't mean we'd understand what they meant to you.
I assumed no one in homicide would have the spiritual values to understand.
They didn't.
But I did.
Jolene, if you don't stop this, I am...
Betty, please. You're in the middle of something you don't understand. Now, Howard and James were modern-day Pharisees, weren't they? Playing politics and calling it the Word of God.
Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and to the Lord what is the Lord's. That's what he said in his book.
He also said, "Thou shalt not kill."
I know. After Reverend Howard, I sought redemption and fire.
And killed again just as soon as you got out of jail.
After 10 years of captivity, I go to my church thinking it has been saved, and what do I find? Paul Howard's chasuble on display like he was a saint. Evil incarnate in the house of the Lord. I did what I was sent to do.
Sent? By who?
Who do you think?
Good move, giving the girl a chance. 10 years ago, you wouldn't have done that.
3 days ago, I wouldn't have done that.
You were always a good detective. Way better than me.
We were a team. Remember?
What I remember, you covered for me.
I didn't cover for you, Kirk. We were in it together.
Come on, I was the one pushed the kid around. That's why things went bad. All you did was try and get us out of trouble.
Well, I wish that were true, but Mrs. Parker, Billy's mother, she said another part of town we would have played it different. And you know what? She was right.
Hey, those people make us both nervous, but that doesn't make us racist.
Doesn't it?
You have been listening to A String of Black Beads, the first of our series of The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glaive as Jolene. With them, you also heard Arlene Duncan as Betty Parker and Conrad Coates as Eugene Miller. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Bowling, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in One Copper at a Time.
Hey, Malcolm. How's it going?
Jolene, that was fast.
You called. I wasn't doing anything useful anyway.
You sound depressed.
Very perceptive. You should be a detective.
I intend to be.
Don't we all? But since I got bumped up to patrol cars, I spend all my time out front of Donut City busting guys for walking under the influence. Malcolm, I put on 5 pounds in the last 3 weeks.
Want your 10-speed back?
I wouldn't mind. What's happening on that screen?
That is why I called you. You're on the Union Finance Committee, right?
I like to do my part.
I know, that's why I voted for you. One of the jobs I'm stuck with down here in records is transferring all these old files to a new database. What you are looking at are the salary deductions for the police union RRSP plan. These figures go back to the mid-'80s.
And
when I built the CPM translators to move the stuff into an XLS-based schematic, I built in a hash program.
Which I'm sure has nothing to do with corned beef.
A hash program retabulates rounded numerators to nth mode coordinates and reports on the sum gradient deficiency. And that just happens to prove somebody was skimming from the fund.
Skimming our RRSP fund? No way!
Yes, way.
Rewind. And play back in English.
Well, here's Charlie's account.
Charlie's account?
He paid in. Okay, so from a base salary of $525 a week, 1.5% is deducted for the fund, right?
Right.
And that gives you $7.85, which goes into the plan. Wrong. Because 1.5% of 525 is $7.85.5. What happens to the half a cent?
They round them off.
Right. But where do all those rounded off coppers go? What if they were all put together and sent to, I don't know, an offshore account in the Grand Cayman Islands?
Now, a lot of people paid into that plan. How much did they get?
Not that much. 25 grand a year on average.
25? That's not very much, is it?
Back then? It's a detective's salary for a year. A medium-sized bank heist. But if you skim for almost a decade, it comes out to about $250,000. Small change, maybe, but it sure beats knocking off a Max Milk.
And nobody noticed?
The money doesn't even exist unless you've got an accounting program that does a hash total. Add up all the semi-cents, total them, and make sure they're accounted for. Metro didn't put in a hash system until the early 90s, by which time the skimming had stopped. The press would love this, eh? Police piggy bank gutted, 1 copper at a time.
What a mess.
A very sensitive case. Perfect for you and me, and the old guy.
But they'll never give this kind of an investigation to a couple of rookies and a retired cop.
I think they will.
Why?
Look who was in charge of department finances in the 80s. Top of the printout.
Deputy Inspector James Bartlett. The chief?
Will you let us finish?
Why should I?
Come on, Charlie. At least give us a chance.
You're the only one McPhee and me can agree on.
And this is the hottest cold case since Baked Alaska.
The head of homicide, the president of the police union, and two ambitious rookies all converge on my clock shop.
We're trying to be discreet.
And ask me to run a discreet investigation into a department ripoff. What I smell isn't Baked Alaska. It's trouble.
Damn right it's trouble. And the only reason I'm here is because we don't trust the department to handle it on their own.
Because the chief may be involved.
It's no secret how I feel about the chief.
It's no secret that you've been after him since the day he was appointed.
The man's a backstabber and a paper pusher. Spent most of his career behind a desk, and it shows.
Yeah, wouldn't know a honey dipped from a cruller. Thinks a double-double is a bid in contract bridge.
Come on, Charlie. You've worked the street, rain and shine, sleet and snow. You gotta see the man's a liability to us all.
Gee, he speaks so highly of you.
Don't be laying this all on Cliff, Charlie. Nobody on the beat is happy about the chief either.
I don't care. If this was just about a pension fraud, maybe I'd help. But it looks to me like it's about getting the chief, and I'm not in the business of staging palace coups.
Now, we're getting off track here. There's no real reason to believe the chief's involved.
Come on, Asai. The chief was in charge of administering the fund between 82 and 91, and that's when the embezzlement went down.
Risky little pup, isn't he, Charlie?
Sorry, I didn't mean to. It doesn't necessarily mean he was involved, right?
Exactly.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, so there's some dissension around the issue of involvement, but we all agree, Cliff included, that we don't want any of this to come out until we're sure.
That's why I suggested you.
And us.
Nobody's going to pay the slightest bit of attention if an old guy, a file clerk, and a beat cop wander around town asking a few questions, right? That way we keep the chief's name out of it?
Unless we have no choice.
That's the deal.
And if anybody asks, you're working for the union. Right, Cliff?
Sure, at the special request of the union.
So if this is a private investigation set in motion by the police association, why aren't you using your own people?
I'm on the finance committee, and I asked you to help as a personal favor. And that's the truth.
Come on, Charlie, what's your beef?
I don't like you and Stark using these rookies to do your dirty work.
Hold on. We brought the case to them.
We've got to pursue it.
Or I'm going public.
Charlie, we'll all feel a whole lot better if you were on side, to consult.
So?
Okay, if you're going to swim with sharks, I'll be your lifeguard. Tomorrow, I want to talk to whoever managed this fund.
It's run through Mutual Life. I'll call the head of accounts first thing in the morning.
He'll see us on short notice?
The money we got tied up with his company? You bet.
Yes, and last but not least, Fiberworks. Sell. Sorry about that. Sometimes you have to treat the brokers like delivery boys. Now, where were we?
The account manager on the police retirement fund, mid-'80s.
Frank Petrocelli, a top performer. First guy on the sales floor you could say was really computer literate.
I bet those guys were hard to come by back then.
He was a godsend. I was fresh out of U of T business with a minor in computer studies, and Frank, he put me right to work. He could do no wrong. And then? Everything he touched seemed to turn to dust, and when the crash hit in '89, well, the firm had to downsize.
And he was downsized with it.
It's a high-pressure business, Mr. McMahon.
No, I can appreciate that, but you'd think with his computer skills...
In the end, that was a problem, too. See, Frank came up in a mainframe era.
PC-phobic?
He tried, but he just couldn't stand the loss of control. But by then, Frank was losing control of everything.
Did you keep in touch with Mr. Petrocelli?
No. The fact is, I took his job. Frank couldn't handle it.
But you found nothing out of the ordinary in his accounts?
Not really. And in terms of this skimming, there's no reason to assume anybody at Mutual had anything to do with that. Deductions were made at source, weren't they?
The skim could have happened here or there. It's hard to trace now.
We've got to explore all avenues.
Yes. Well, rest assured, you'll have our full cooperation.
That's great. What I'd really like to do is get a look at your systems accounts for the period in question. Analyze the nature of the interaction between...
I'm sorry, but There was a bit of a disaster in the mid-90s. We were moving everything over to network-based systems, and the old mainframe went down. Well, of course, we recovered 96% of the data, but the association files were corrupted.
No backup?
There were gaps. We didn't think anything of it at the time, but in retrospect, maybe Frank was covering his tracks.
You sure this is the same Petruccelli?
We traced it through phone billings. He moved here 5 years ago.
Rosedale to Jamestown. That's quite a fall.
Yeah. So, what do you have against Cliff Stark?
Who says I do?
Come on, Charlie. It's pretty obvious something's going on there.
Well, it's nothing personal. Just the force I used to belong to believed in the chain of command. It's pretty obvious he doesn't.
Been gone a while, Charlie. These days, we all know the difference between working for the city and joining the army.
Yeah? Who is it?
Constable Gray, Toronto Police. We'd like to talk to Frank Petruccelli.
That's going to be a little hard to do. He's dead.
Oh. I'm sorry,
Yeah, the heavens weep, but I'm kind of busy.
So let us come in, clear up some facts, and maybe we won't come back tomorrow.
Who are you?
Sherlock Holmes. Now buzz us in.
That was very polite.
Her tone of voice, polite, was going to get us nowhere. Once we're inside, then I'll give her polite. When did you lose him, Miss Petruccelli?
Just after we moved here. I don't know, 5 years ago? Not that it matters. He OD'd.
He overdosed?
Yeah, Frank had a real problem. Bay Street in the 80s, everything was there for the taking, including lots of cocaine. We never did shake it.
They didn't say anything about a drug problem at Mutual Life.
Why would they? The idea that your meager savings might be in the hands of a drug-addled exec? Unnerving, isn't it?
That's why he lost his job?
I wish. Might have straightened him out. No, Frank lost his job because his assistant stuck a long, thin blade right in the middle of his back. It's a prescribed method of career advancement, isn't it? What's this about, anyway?
A lot of money disappeared from a pension fund your husband was running.
That wouldn't surprise me. Frank had an offshore account. But they all do. Screwing the government out of taxes is a point of pride.
Yes, ma'am. The account?
Empty. But I've still got paper on it if it'll help.
Thanks.
Hey, like they say at Narconon, you gotta make amends.
So what you're saying is Petruccelli is as guilty as sin?
Judging from the Grand Cayman accounts.
The money was laundered through a series of profitable investments. By the time he was done, Petruccelli had over $500,000. Not bad, but not big enough to draw much attention.
Half the money came back into the country as consulting fees. The rest was moved to a numbered account in Switzerland.
No way to break that.
Unless you can trace some of it coming back to Canada.
You know what Stark is going to ask? Did any of that cash come back to the chief?
Good question.
And that's the problem. We need to find the smoking gun. The only way to implicate the chief, or clear him, is to get a look at his financial records.
No way he'll open up his personal accounts for Cliff Stark.
And no way we've got enough evidence for a court order.
There must be some way we can move him on it.
Since when does a beat cop try to move the chief?
Hey, if the chief of police is dirty...
Drop it. It's a dead end.
This is the kind of thing you gotta take seriously. A lot of officers have money in that fund, so we had to go public.
Has the chief responded?
Chief is aware of what's going on. He's been at the center of it since 1982.
Then you are saying he was involved.
Until the chief agrees to show us his books, nobody's gonna know for sure.
When contacted, Chief Bartlett refused to comment on the ongoing investigation or the charges by union boss Clifford Stark. This is Christy Collins for CJHT. More news as it happens.
Wow, that should light a fire under the SOB, eh, Jolene?
You didn't tell me you were going to the press.
Wow, what did you expect me to do?
You could have warned me.
Whose boneheaded idea was that?
McMahon. I guess he saw the news conference.
News radio is running the story every half hour. Jolene, I can't believe you let this clown run you like a snitch.
Like a what?
The investigation is compromised and the chief is screwed.
We're working the case with the union, and if keeping them informed makes me into a snitch...
It's all routine. I don't think you believe that, Jolene.
Backing your union
You're not backing your union. You're backing a bully. Stark uses his position to wage war on anybody that doesn't fit his personal view.
Go easy there, McMahon. All he has to do is open his books.
If he's cleared, then...
It doesn't matter. All anyone will remember is that the chief was investigated for corruption.
Well, that's what we're doing, isn't it?
Stark is out to dump the chief and get him replaced with somebody he can push around. And that, like it or not, is what you're doing.
Look, I didn't know Cliff was going to call the media, but if that's what it takes to clear the case...
This is political assassination.
Jeez, lighten up, will you? The chief's a big boy. He can take care of himself. Always has.
I'm not going to let you get away with this, Cliff.
Oh, too late, Charlie.
We'll see. In the meantime, stay out of my face. Both of you.
Come in.
Thanks.
So the chief in jail yet?
Not quite.
You gonna get him?
Why is everybody so damn sure he's guilty of something?
Well, I sure didn't get the cash.
Is there any chance anybody else could have?
You tell me. Who's the chief run with?
You said Frank's assistant put a knife in his back. Was that Harold Lord?
That's right.
Mr. Lord was a computer specialist, wasn't he?
That what he told you? Maybe he is today. Frank taught him everything he knew.
He said Frank was a dinosaur. Couldn't keep up with the new technology.
That's just not true. My husband bought his first home computer before anyone in the firm even knew what PC stood for.
Well, that's not how Lord tells it.
No. Well, I'll tell you something. What Harry really excelled at? Finding the best Coke Baystry had to offer and making sure Frank got a steady supply.
Your husband came to depend on him.
You bet. And when the time came, he made sure the bosses discovered Frank's little problem.
So he got Frank fired and took his job.
Not right away. Company had to spend a bundle training him.
Yeah? What kind of training?
I don't know. Computerized currency exchange? Must have been. He was in Geneva.
Handy.
The Swiss bank account. You mean Harry?
We are investigating a computer crime, with money being laundered offshore.
And Harry worked in Geneva. What's that give you?
Not much, but you kept your husband's banking records. Is there anything else? Something you may have forgotten?
Frank kept everything on his computer. A spanking new Apple IIe, and away he'd go. That's one of the things he liked about PCs. Privacy.
An Apple IIe?
They came before Macintosh, right?
And he kept his files on it?
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Well, Frank left a pile of junk in the storage locker. It's there.
You kept it?
Hey, I'm not sentimental. I went down there last week to try and clear the rubble, but I just can't get up the energy to sort it out.
Can we look?
That's me, number 48. The one with the kicked-in door.
Oh, great.
Damn crackheads. They don't even know what's worth stealing.
The computer?
No, my faith in human decency.
A 20-year-old computer covered in dust, and they took it. The info on that hard drive might have made this case.
The hard drive on a 2E? We're well before that, Charlie. Everything's on floppy disk. Cardboard box in the corner.
I can't read these disks. They run on a totally different operating system.
Well, do you know where we can get another 2E?
Yeah, I have a friend. He collects. He's so gone he's even got a Commodore VIC-20.
Yeah, that's funny. So get him on the line, get the old Apple over here, and let's look at these disks.
Not that simple. I can tell from the software he was running CPM.
So we'll run CPM too.
We could try, but which version? You need a special card, and then there's the whole issue of drive speed ratio.
Drive speed ratio?
These old computers worked off peripheral disk drives. The speed of the drives could be inconsistent. Your disk would read perfectly on your system, but get your buddy's drive to read it? Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Basically, you're telling me we can't get there from here.
Sure we can, but it's going to take a lot of time. And we don't have any.
We don't?
This just got posted on the Metro Police website. Members of City Council are calling for the chief's resignation. He's called a press conference for 5.
Great. We got any alternative to a long time?
Find Frank's 2E.
Well, how are we going to do that?
Jolene.
She's in Stark's pocket.
Trust me, Charlie, Jolene is not in anybody's pocket.
Well, then she's a damn fool. Look, Malcolm, if Jolene hadn't talked to Stark, he wouldn't have talked to the reporter, and the chief wouldn't be calling a press conference for this afternoon.
So she made a mistake. Seems to me you've been in the same boat once or twice. And as I recall, she gave you another chance.
Okay if I get in?
Suit yourself.
Thanks.
So what do you want, McMahon?
Your help.
That's so.
I've got to find a 20-year-old Apple IIe. Got boosted out of the Petrocelli storage locker in the last 7 days. Think you can track it down?
It's not like there's a lot of fences want to buy a 20-year-old computer.
I know, but I still got to try. There's a local crew of crackheads like to work that building.
The computer's gone, McMahon. Dumpster land, solid waste transfer station.
See what you can find out, okay?
That all you got to say?
Something else you need to know?
Yeah, you got anything you want to tell me?
You waiting for me to apologize before you do your job?
Let's just say I could use some motivation.
Okay, I got pretty self-righteous back at the Union, but I just wanted you to be careful. The water down there is full of sharks.
And you're a Class A lifeguard?
And you can take care of yourself. Okay. I'm sorry. Apology accepted?
There's a boy I know who lives in that building. Been doing this kind of basement B&E since he was 4. I'm serious. Used to be small enough to slide over transoms. Called him Ali Baba. Of course, once he got on the pipe, he got a lot cruder on the job. I'll find him.
Thanks, Jolene.
Just doing my job.
Yeah, well, I guess I better do the same. I got another appointment with Harry Lord.
You got anything you can use?
Not really, but maybe I can shake him up. Anyway, I've got to try. We're running out of time.
Mr. McMahon, sorry to keep you waiting. Management committee meetings go on forever. Coffee, juice, something stronger.
No, thanks. The reason I called...
Yes, I can imagine. Things have certainly heated up, haven't they? The truth is we were in there doing damage control. Will the chief resign?
No way.
But he's so hopelessly compromised.
Like the firm?
Well, that's the great thing about our system, Mr. McMahon. To a substantial corporate entity, this kind of scandal comes and goes. At worst, a story on page 2 of the report on business. At best, a pointed jibe or two at the AGM. But if you have to answer to City Hall...
Yeah, it's a messy business. They call it democracy.
Yeah. What can I do for you?
I'll keep this short. You remember Frank's old Apple IIe?
I found it.
An Apple IIe? How in hell did you ever find that?
Sources, Malcolm. Sources. I got my pal Ali Baba to venture that he may have heard about some guys he didn't know breaking into some lockers, and how they were hauling away this piece of crap when another guy, who just happened to be with them, pointed out an Apple computer wasn't worth squat.
So?
So, they chucked it into an empty storage bin down by the fire exit. That computer was maybe 20 yards from the crime scene.
That's what I call legwork.
And that's what I call dumb luck. Now let's run those discs.
So let me understand what you're saying. Frank Petrocelli kept a journal, and you got it on disk.
Along with his accounts, yeah.
And from what he wrote, you feel I may be implicated in this ancient fraud case.
That's the gist of it.
But surely there's a statute of limitations on this kind of thing. The fraud took place more than 10 years ago.
Well, the fraud began more than 10 years ago. But since then, the money's been invested and reinvested and moved from country to country. The initial embezzlement is just one element in a long, ongoing series of related crimes.
And disks from an old computer can prove all that?
Well, they prove you and Frank were in business together, and that the money in a certain Swiss account is under your control.
An account in Switzerland? I'm sorry, I know nothing about an account in Switzerland.
Sure you do. We can prove that for sure.
So what's your problem? Why talk to me at this juncture?
Maybe I could arrange for those disks to get wiped. For a price.
A bribe?
I'm just saying I think something could be arranged.
And I think you're trying to get me to incriminate myself, which means you don't have everything you need to tie this thing to me.
You're wrong. We have enough to get your account book opened. The rest will follow.
Then what's the point of this exercise?
We've got the evidence, Harry. We just don't have much time. If we work out something now and save the chief embarrassment...
You'll make sure I cop a plea?
I can guarantee you'll get a lot of help before you go to trial. And if this mess brings the chief down, we're going to nail you to the wall.
Yes, well, this is all very amusing, but I've got work to do, so if you'll excuse me...
Just a sec. McMahon.
Charlie, I found it. Malcolm's got it up and he's running the files. How's it going on your end?
Thus far, I'm not happy with the results. Can you put Malcolm on?
Yeah, just a sec. Malcolm.
Charlie?
Yeah.
You with Lord?
Yeah?
Try this on him. I've got an access number here at a certain Swiss account, and I'll bet he's got it memorized. IF 3690.
IF 3690.
12 XC 347.
12 XC 347.
Mary, cancel the rest of the day.
You just say something?
Not really. Just gasping for air.
On the contrary, Mr. McMahon, I have an interesting proposal for you.
Lord is cooperating fully. He has resigned his position at Mutual Life and has offered to make full restitution of funds to the plan.
So he won't do time.
Given the age of the offense and his cooperation in recovering the... Oh, what in the hell do you want me to do, Cliff? We got the guy.
And you're giving him a walk so the chief can get up in there and get real pompous about his innocence. Well, I'm not going to let him get away with it.
Come on, Cliff. I set up the deal to recover the money.
You want us to throw that away so this bum can spend 2 years in minimum security?
I want to see criminals punished, and under Chief Bartlett,
Oh,
nobody...
get off it, Cliff.
What?
I'm the head of this union's budget committee. And if you're prepared to lose $500,000 in members' funds just to make some points on the chief...
I didn't say that.
Funny, that's what it sounded like to me, and I'm a voting member.
Well, that's not what I meant.
And give it a rest, Stark. You lose, the chief wins. End of story.
Oh, the hell it is. Yeah, I know you think this is a witch hunt or something, but I'm telling you, that paper pusher has been screwing the men on this force since the day he arrived.
The men and the women on this force are getting tired of this. And here's what it is. Malcolm and Charlie just cracked a pretty near impossible case. No help from you and little enough help from me. Now, you show up at this press conference ready to dump on what they just did so you can keep chipping away at the chief.
That is not what I am
All
doing.
I'm saying is, if you walk into that room, it better be to praise the work we did, not spatter us with mud.
You go, girl.
You done?
You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. This thing with the chief, I got my reasons. But you're right. You guys did a hell of a job. All three of you. And I'm going into the press conference to say just that. Nothing more. Thanks. From all of us.
Jeez, Cliff. You're turning into a statesman.
You have been listening to One Copper at a Time. This week's episode of our new series, The Old Guy, by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk McPhee, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm Fieldstein, and Karen Glaive as Jolene Gray. With them, you also heard Hardy T. Linehan as Cliff Stark, Ben Carlson as Harold Lloyd, Angela Guy as Maria Petrocelli, and Raven Dowda as Christy Collins. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Something in the Air.
Okay, it's coming. Be right with you. Here you go, Louie. Now turn it down for a bit, will you? Sorry, just feeding my cat. What can I do for... Mrs. Parker?
Hello, Mr. McMahon. I'm sorry I've come so close to closing, but...
No, not at all. How are things at the church?
Settling in nicely. The new pastor is a good man, steady as a rock.
Yeah, I heard.
So, you must be surprised to see me.
Oh, no, it's just that... Well, I guess I am.
Yes, I've got to admit that I was surprised to find myself coming to see you as well, but... There is something troubling me, and I have to talk to somebody, and you solved the murder of the Reverend, so...
Of course. I was just making some tea. Would you care to...
Oh, no, I couldn't.
No, it's no trouble at all. The kitchen's right through here.
Well, now, look at that old fellow.
Yep. 20 next month.
Isn't that something? To have a cat that long. I would never in a million years have thought of you as a cat person.
To tell you the truth, Louise is really my wife's cat.
You're married?
You sound surprised.
Most married men of my acquaintance don't live at the back of their shop. At least not in Canada.
No, I moved in here after my wife passed on.
You lost your wife?
A year ago. Cancer.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Anyway, what are you taking your tea?
A little milk and lots of sugar.
Sugar. I hope it's not too strong.
Just right.
Good. So, what can I do for you, Miss Parker?
I'm not really sure, but I felt I had nowhere else to go. It's about a little girl.
A little girl?
She used to come to the church every day, like clockwork. Just sit in the back and look at the altar like some do. And then one day, she wasn't there. I got worried.
I see. Did you try to contact her parents?
I don't even know her name.
Well, how old is she?
13, perhaps 14.
Then she's probably going to Parliament Collegiate.
No, you see, Mr. McMahon, I believe the girl was a prostitute. And I believe that she was murdered.
Betty said you couldn't do anything to help.
After she talked to me about the girl, I did what I could to get her off the track, but... Bunny, that's her name. There's 1 or 2 dozen girls hangs out at that corner. She didn't have the problems some of them have.
You talked to anybody after she disappeared?
Missing persons, vice. No one made it a priority. Girls come and go all the time.
Damn.
Malcolm, what is with that irritating music?
Real audio. It's a techno feed I'm downloading out of Detroit. Radman 12?
Radman? Switch to Mr. Muffler for a while, will you? I can't hear myself think.
Sorry.
So, you talked to missing persons, but they didn't take an interest?
They did it by the book. Questioned her friends, her pimp. He said she was a street kid he tried to help find a place to stay. Figured she'd decide to go home.
And he was happy to see his meal ticket take a hike, right?
Her roommate had the same story to tell.
Of all the stupid...
Did they give you an address?
An address? They claimed all they knew was her street handle.
Bunny.
Yeah.
Damn!
What?
Oh, more the same. My latest little chore is to take all the arrest records from Station 15 off this old mag tape and transfer them to digital format. And the only way to do that is to... Never mind, it's technical. Boring.
Come on, what's the problem, Malcolm?
The whole system freezes every time I try to get past this one file. It's a rap sheet on someone called Mary Lou Douglas.
Mary Lou Douglas?
That's right. What's so funny?
Malcolm, I think you just met the ghost of Station 15.
So you're saying the ghost of this old hooker haunts Station 15, and she takes an interest in the cases?
Feel her presence?
I don't think so, duh.
I don't know. There's something peaceful up here. But it's hard to put your finger on. It's like something in the air.
Mary Lou Douglas. She was from Fogo, Newfoundland, and never let you forget it. A mouth on that woman. She'd make a sailor blush.
And so, like, you guys adopted her or something?
It's more like she adopted us. She'd get a night in lockup every week.
For soliciting?
A drunken disorderly, as often as not. I wasn't sure if she was a prostitute because she was an alcoholic, or she was an alcoholic because she was a prostitute. There was something about her. I don't know, we all tried to take care of her. Okay, and this goes no further than this rooftop. Mary Lou had a thing for S.I. McPhee.
S.I. McPhee and a local hooker.
There was talk, but he denied it. Said they were just good friends.
And you believed him?
To tell you the truth, I did. Although at the time I was in the minority.
Well, what happened to her?
Liver gave out. 1 week she was fine, a month later she was gone. In her will, she asked Kirk to scatter her ashes at Station 15. Said it was the closest thing she had to a home.
You're kidding.
I know, but it's true. One day Kirk shows up with his box full of ashes, and we all slip up here to give her a proper send-off.
Right here on the roof.
That's right. We figured, scatter her to the winds. What we didn't take into account was the hot tar.
The tar?
It was mid-August. Heat wave, not a breath of a breeze. We scattered her, and she just kind of fluttered down to the roof and...
Stuck around?
It was the first of a series of cosmic jokes. Kirk was really upset, but what could we do? We scattered some loose gravel around, went out for a drink, and didn't think much more of it. Until she started to take an interest in our work.
Ooh, here comes the scary part.
The first time was about a year after she died. A certain other lady of the night was busted for stabbing her pimp. It looked like an open and shut case, but...
But?
I know this is crazy, but it happened. Files started showing up on Kirk's desk. Turned out the pimp was hooked on the ponies. The man who killed him was a loan shark.
Mary Lou pulled the files?
I don't know, Malcolm. All I know is that from the time she died till I left the job, whenever we had a case involving working girls, things happened. Things I couldn't explain then or now. So, boo.
What do we do about it?
Go see Kirk.
Mary Lou, eh?
That's right, Kirk.
You tell the rookies the story?
Some of it.
Her and me? That part of it?
I told him about the talk. I told him that's all it was.
That's good, because that's all it was.
Like I said.
I mean, I got to know her. Working vice, right? Liked her, tried to help, but that was it. No matter what got said.
I know.
Because the motto of the force is serve and protect, right? And if anybody needed protection...
Hey, Kirk, you don't have to convince me. You never did.
Sorry. It's just that I'm trying to climb up the ladder here. A year from now, deputy chief. 5 years after that...
I know all about your ambitions.
And what's an old rumor about a long-dead hooker going to do to them? I mean, there's still enough guys around, remember, and if word gets out Mary Lou is working another case, a homicide...
Yeah, I know. But, Kirk, she is.
But we don't have to mention anything about that, do we? Or run the voodoo down for the rookies.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just make sure they keep their mouths shut, okay?
Sure.
The missing kid's street name is Bunny?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't open an official homicide investigation without something to go on.
Well, there's Mary Lou.
That's right, there's Mary Lou. So you've got to look into it for me.
Only if I can get some unofficial reassurance from the department.
You got it. But we'll keep Vice and Mary Lou out of the mix until you come up with something, okay? You'll work through Jolene and Fieldstein like usual, eh?
Yeah, like usual. As if there was anything usual about Mary Lou.
The poor little thing always came in when I was cleaning up. So I took to saying hello. She was shy, but she opened up over time.
Did she ever talk about where she was from?
No, and when I asked about her family, I got the sure feeling it wasn't a good home. One thing, though, she had an accent.
She was from the islands?
No, a real accent, like Mrs. Rodenizer at the Halifax Fish Store over on Parliament. You know, the funny way they talk from down east.
Did you tell the investigating officers about it?
They didn't write down a word I said.
When did you decide she was working the street?
The day her pimp came in here and lured her away from me.
How'd he do that?
He comes in, looking mad. You know the type? All Nike this and Tommy that. Gold chains, big rings. But then he kisses her real sweetly and takes this medallion thing he's got round his neck and puts it on her. And takes her hand and they walk out like young lovers in some movie. It made my skin crawl. After that, I just saw her on the corner, plying her trade. Then came the day I didn't see her anymore.
Sharona Goodwin. Must be around 19. She's been working this part of the track for, I don't know, at least 4 years.
Any convictions?
Juvie court. She's from Nova Scotia. Made a bit of a splash first time she was busted. There was this whole ring of pimps working out of Preston, taking girls off the streets in Halifax, shipping them up here. They're a lot easier to control when they're a long way from home.
So what happened to Sharona?
They sent her home to NS. 6 weeks later, she was back on the stroll. Second time they picked her up, Mom and Dad didn't want her back. Foster homes, it didn't take, and she found herself a smarter pimp. He had her working out of an apartment on Wellesley for the best part of a year. He didn't put her back on the street till she turned 18. Oh, that's her, with the purple pants and the gold chains.
She's 19?
Yeah.
Bloom's kind of off the rose, huh?
She's been on the pipe the whole time I've known her. Hey, Sharona.
What do you want, Ray?
I got somebody here who wants to talk to you.
I'm working, in case you didn't notice.
You get in the car, or I'm opening up that bag of yours and taking what I find.
Well, excuse me for living. Who are you? New Boston Vice or what?
This is Charlie McMahon. He wants to ask you about Bunny.
I already told you all I know about Bunny. She said she was going home, packed her bags, and left. That's it.
You got any idea where home might be?
She never said. Used to talk about Detroit sometimes.
Funny. Never heard anybody from Detroit say oot in a boot like you and Bunny.
So, what does that prove?
You know her back home, Sharona?
We shared an apartment in Toronto. She was a real pig, too, never cleaned up. I was happy when she was telling me she was going.
Well, how'd you two end up sharing a place?
We got mutual friends.
Mutual friends? Meaning Jerry Smith, right?
Why do you have to bring Jeremiah into this?
Because he's your pimp.
Jeremiah ain't no pimp.
Funny. That's what it says on his rap sheet, among other things.
Jeremiah is my boyfriend, and he takes care of me. That don't make him a pimp.
Whatever you say. Is he taking care of Bunny, too?
He never was.
That's not what he told the investigating officers.
The way Jeremiah sees it, the man's going to believe what the man's going to believe. No use arguing.
Yeah, well, that's too bad, because the way you tell it, he misled a police officer in the course of an investigation.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what I heard. Didn't you, Jolene?
Chapter and verse. It's a felony. Guess we'll have to call you in to testify.
Look, just leave him alone. He doesn't know nothing about Bunny Taylor.
Bunny Taylor. A second name. That's a start.
Well, I started with missing persons, right? But there was nothing there. So we go through a process of elimination. There are 25 Taylors listed in the Lake Echo Exchange, which includes Preston, West Preston, Upper, Lower, and Middle Preston, plus just before Preston on the left where you turn off Route 7.
20 numbers. That shouldn't take long.
If her parents live in Preston, and if they're in the book under the name Taylor, and if they pick up the phone. So I've been running some cross-checks. Birth records for Halifax County between 1982 and 87. Given the girl's age, she's in there somewhere. I've got 8 hits for Taylor, female. Only one with the Preston postal code. Albert Taylor, West Preston. Here's his phone number.
You want to make the call?
Hello, Mr. Taylor. A ghost told us your daughter Bunny may be in trouble. I don't think so.
I've got it. Can the music, okay, Malcolm?
I could go to cbc.ca. It's Organ Wednesdays.
Silence will be fine. Hello, Mr. Taylor?
Mary Lou and me, we used to come up here some nights, you know, after we'd process her. Geez, that woman could make me laugh.
Yeah. The good old days, huh?
Seemed like it at the time. What do you have?
Bunny is really Catherine Marie Taylor. She ran away about 8 months ago.
And they didn't report it?
Jolene said from the sound of the party going on, they weren't the type to notice.
They haven't heard from her?
Nope. Catherine didn't call home once.
Good old Mary Lou. You know, she always took a special interest in girls from the coast. We gots to stick together, my son. You remember that voice she put on? If we don't, who's going to keep Harry Hibbs on the airwaves?
Yeah, she was something. So next I want to talk to the pimp.
Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah, see if I can loosen him up.
Fine, but be careful. He's little, but he's mean. Besides, you don't have a badge.
Yeah, I can still handle myself in a pinch.
Me too, but it takes so long to heal.
I've missed it.
What?
The job, the juice, your jokes, a lot of things. You know, you lose something, you put it behind you and go on. But it's still there inside, isn't it?
Sure. Like Mary Lou. Up here on the roof.
Yeah, I'm coming. What the hell is... Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, Charlie McMahon. I want to talk to you about Bunny Taylor.
You're the guy from Vice. Sharona told me. Come on in. I was scrambling some eggs. Interested?
No, thanks.
So, you find out anything about Bunny?
We talked to her family. She didn't go home.
I was afraid of that. These girls, you try and take care of them, but sometimes they just go wild.
Yeah, sometimes you got no choice but lock them up, get them hooked on crack, just so they're not a danger to themselves.
You got me wrong. I got no time for the pipe, and I don't let anybody into my home who uses.
So your girlfriend doesn't get to drop by very often?
My girlfriend?
Sharona?
That what she tell you? I tried to get that girl straight for 5 years. Kept her off the street for about a year once, when she was 16. But it didn't take. She's out there again and nothing I can do about it.
Except take the money she gives you.
Nah, you can't expect me to be talking about my personal business with a police officer, can you?
Retired police officer.
But Sharona said you was Vice. Oh, whatever. You're not a cop. Why you here bugging me?
A friend of Bunny's asked me to look into her disappearance.
Bunny didn't have no friends.
You're wrong.
You're talking about that pushy church lady, aren't you?
She didn't much like the way you took advantage.
She's a nosy old bag. Got nothing in her life but rearranging dying flowers. Before Bunny split, I was planning to let her move in with me. You gotta be pretty special to get that kind of attention.
So it was love?
I guess. Had to get her out of that crack hole's apartment before she got wasted, too.
Oh, that's no way to talk about your main squeeze, is it, Jerry?
My main squeeze? Sharona's a stone junkie. Gonna be dead before she's 22, and I got no time for that, even from a business associate.
That's cold.
That's reality. Now, seeing you ain't a cop, get the hell out of my crib.
I read your rap sheet, Jerry. You got an assault charge, put you away for a deuce in '95.
You got no right looking at my rap sheet.
Well, I got friends in high places. They asked me to look at your rap sheet, thought it might be relevant.
To what?
You took a girl, she was 16, and you sliced off one of her ears. Said she wasn't listening to you.
Get out of here.
Is that the problem with Bunny? She stopped listening.
I'm not going to say it again.
I'll tell you what I think. I think she told Sharona about going home. Sharona told you, and you stopped her. Permanently.
You shut up about that girl.
Does it make you nervous talking about her?
No.
You close your eyes, you see her?
I loved her.
Sure you did. Where'd you dump her, the ravine? A shallow grave down in the spit? She's looking bad, Jerry.
Shut up.
You ever see a body in an advanced state of decomposition? The hair and the fingernails keep growing. The insects, the maggots.
Shut up!
You sit still now and let this mercurochrome do its job.
I'm fine.
You're fine. I think maybe you need stitches. Just lucky I decided to come by and bring you something decent to eat for a change.
I wouldn't have let you in if I thought you were going to...
Take care of you? Typical man. Going off and getting yourself all messed up. And for what?
Ow. I was trying to get him mad enough to make a mistake. Maybe say something about Bunny.
And did he?
Oh, he said plenty. Just he said it with his fists. Ow.
Something bad happened to that girl, didn't it?
For sure. Hey, Kirk, what are you doing up here?
Oh, figured I'd drop in, see the computer kid, find out if there was any developments in the case. And since I was here, okay, I'm communing, right?
Well, I hope Mary Lou's got something, because all I got to show for my recent endeavors is this black eye.
That skinny little pimp do that to you?
No, I ran into a door. It was a weird interview, Kirk. He claimed he loved her.
Yeah, right.
No, it was... He was fine, cool as a cucumber, until I started ragging him about how she must look. Dumped in a field, shallow grave, all that routine. He went right off the deep end.
Once I had to bust Mary Lou. You remember when we were knocking over the massage parlors on Young Street?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got to bad-mouthing her pimp. And she comes back, He was protecting me. I gave her a look, and she says, "The problem with you, McPhee, is you think love can pick sides."
Words of wisdom?
Maybe. Who knows?
No, her hair's longer now and straighter, with blonde highlights.
Mrs. Parker, what brings you down here?
She's helping me lose the music, right?
No, that's okay. I got no beef against modern jazz. What's up?
I've been in touch with the Halifax police. Her parents had an old photo. HPD scanned it, and there it is. Cute kid, huh? Now I'm running Identa software to simulate how she'd look today. Not that I'm a specialist, but Mrs. Parker's helping out. And here's Bunny at 15 with long, straight hair and highlights. How's that, Mrs. P?
Getting close. One more thing, though.
What's that?
She always wore this big gold medallion. She loved that thing.
She wore a chain.
It was on a chain, yeah, but it was a big, clunky thing.
Well, they call them chains. Hip-hop culture, it's a big thing. Here, let me show you. Should have a selection to choose from at puffysports.com. Just take a second. Once we're done with this photo, we can get it out on the street, see what we turn up. And there we are. Any of these tasteless accoutrements ring a bell?
It was very much like the one on the right.
Like that one?
That's correct.
Bingo.
She told you what?
Sharona Goodwin told the officer in charge that you gave her a chain that has been identified as belonging to the missing girl.
That's crap. I didn't give her anything.
Then maybe you can explain to us where Miss Goodwin got the piece.
I've never even seen her with it on.
Look, Jeremiah, that hunk of trash is down at forensics right now. And we've got pictures of Bunny all over town, on the net, and in the hands of every police officer in the 905 region. We're going to start picking up leads now. Lots of them. And if we find a body, this whole thing is going to come right down on you.
I didn't do anything to Bunny. I loved her.
Yeah, it was a match made in heaven. You think about what I've said, and when I come back, I want to hear a story I can believe.
Damn. I get my hands on that hole and I'm hell.
So, what do you think?
Well, I like to watch him sweat, but...
But?
He's got no story. A man with a rap sheet like Smith always has a story.
So what are you saying?
Something's not right.
Why?
Because he's behaving like a human being. Let's get the girl in here.
By now she must be feeling pretty much desperate for a pipe.
Right, she won't be at the top of her game.
Makes sense.
How about you let Jolene take a run at her?
Why not?
I'll give it a try, but I'm not even sure where to start.
Well, Jeremiah says love. So why don't you try jealousy?
Hi, Sharona. How you feeling?
How does it look like I'm feeling?
Like you're pretty sick.
I've been sicker. I saw Jeremiah in the corridor.
Yeah, I know.
What'd you say to him? Because he gave me a look that froze my heart.
You told him about you having Bunny's chain.
I told you, that's my chain. He gave it to me.
He says that's a lie.
I don't believe you. What do you really say?
He told us he was moving Bunny in with him. They're really in love, Sharona.
That's a lie.
Not according to Jeremiah. And if you don't believe me, we got it all on tape.
I don't want to hear no tape full of lies.
Fine, then. Why don't you tell me the truth? What did he do to Bunny?
He didn't do nothing to Bunny.
But you said he was a liar.
He is. But he's innocent, too.
How do you know that? He's got a history of assaulting his girls. Goes back forever.
He whooped me once or twice, too, but only because I deserved it. No big deal.
You're wrong. It's a very big deal. With his record, and giving you her jewelry, and you calling him a liar...
You haven't even found her yet.
It doesn't matter. Take this to a jury. They aren't going to need a body. They're going to put him away for a long, long time.
But he's innocent.
Fine. Prove it to me.
I can't explain.
Explain what? Explain why he did it? We know why he did it, Sharona. Because she was trying to get away.
That's not true.
No? Works for me. Probably work for a jury, too.
She wasn't going away. She was moving in with him.
You gotta keep your story straight. You said she was going home.
I lied.
Why? To protect him? Because it's not gonna work.
No! I lied because I killed her.
Why?
I love him and she was stealing him away. I had to do something.
Where's the body?
I put her up on the roof, over my apartment building, in a garbage bag. Nobody ever goes up there. Never.
And you told Jeremiah she ran away. But why'd you take the chain?
It was mine. Till he took it and gave it to her.
He didn't say anything when he saw you wearing it again?
You think I'm crazy? I hid it when he came around.
You hid it.
You find out what I did, you'd been real mad. Bunny, she was his top earner. Way better than me.
You have been listening to Something in the Air, this week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul LeDoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glaive as Jolene. With them, you also heard Arlene Duncan as Betty Parker, Anthony McLean as Jeremiah Smith, and Michelle Moffat as Sharona Goodwin. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in A Walk on the Water.
Old times and good friends.
And an excellent single malt, thank you very much.
It's the least I can do. Thanks to you, my appointment as deputy chief is right around the corner.
Really?
Come on, Charlie. Know what the chief calls me? The peacemaker.
So I guess I'm the rainmaker, huh? Maybe you should buy me a case of this stuff.
Maybe I should. S.I. McPhee. Hi, Jim. How's it going? What? You're kidding. There'll be hell to pay. All right. What do you want me to do? Okay, I'm on it. They just found a frozen corpse down on Cherry Beach. The chief wants me to haul in Cliff Stark for questioning.
Haul in the president of the police union?
That's right.
What's the charge?
Who knows? But there's a link to the corpse, and it looks like murder.
Try a walk in the lake, or a walk on water.
A walk in the lake?
It's a beat cop thing. Right, Jolene?
Used to be. Back in the dark ages.
Used to be pretty effective. Low-end intelligence gathering. Individual crowd control.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Back in the old days, somebody on the street was getting out of hand. He'd get tossed in a squad car, taken for a ride.
Scary. Where to?
Cherry Beach. And it was supposed to be scary.
You'd take a guy down there, middle of the night, and pump him for information. Or tell him he's got to mind his manners. And to make sure he got the message, you'd make him try and walk on water.
And he'd end up in the lake.
Soaking wet, but uninjured. Harmless, really.
And totally illegal. Here's the report you're looking for. Cliff and a couple of other cops investigated in 1992 for an alleged assault on one Brian Hughes. According to Hughes, he didn't want to walk on water, so the officers wailed on him for a bit, then threw him in.
Ugly.
For everybody involved.
This is great. Embassy Hotel Tavern. The Embassy Tavern was the seediest gin mill on Gerrard Street East.
Just do me a favor, okay? When we go in there, don't act like an overactive puppy.
Puppy.
Cliff?
Charlie?
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm covering my ass. The chief's not going to take me down. Not now, not ever.
Why are you so sure the chief's out to get you?
Are you working this case or not?
Actually, none of us are working. I mean, technically. Just having a drink, right? But as a new guy on the force, I still don't get this thing between you and the chief.
Well, long ago and far away.
There you go, gentlemen.
Thanks, Jimmy. I'll take another when you get a chance. Where was I?
Long ago and far away?
Right. The night I taught Brian Hughes to walk on water. You know how that works, kid?
I read the stories in the Star.
No, not the BS. How it works. And it did work. Like a charm. For a century. Most guys used to take the walk weren't real hoods. They were like Brian. A small-timer who was a pain in the ass. Brian? Ugh, he was a brawler. Always getting drunk, starting fights, hurting people.
I gotcha. Patrolman's special joy.
Yeah. You make a guy like that walk on water, it gives him a wet warning. Doesn't cost the system an arm and a leg. And Charlie here, well, maybe he's going to play holier than thou, but he knows I'm right.
I never said different.
Yeah, but you think it. It was effective policing for 100 years, and nobody ever had a thing to say about it. Until Brian. And we all denied his story. Our word against a local alky. The case was going nowhere. Until Mitchell poked his nose in.
Chief Mitchell?
Yeah, he wasn't chief then, just a puffed-up deputy chief looking to make some points on the backs of some beat cops.
What did he do?
My dad was in the hospital. Heart. You can imagine how chewed up he was. My name all over the papers. So I told him all about it. Just the two of us alone in his room.
Yeah? It help?
Some. A couple of months later, he's gone. I'm at the public hearing into the charges, and out comes this tape. That SOB had my father's hospital room wired. There I am on tape, spilling my guts to my dying father.
That's cold.
I'll never let them treat another cop that way again. Another round.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're right. I should hang it up, too.
No. This one's on us. You want another, don't you, Malk?
Me? Sure.
That's two, Jimmy. So, that's how the war between you and the chief started?
Yeah. After my suspension, I got active in the union, which makes them even more anxious to destroy my career.
And that's why you got dragged into this?
It's nuts. Okay, 10 years ago, I snatched Brian Hughes off the street and threw him in the lake. It was mid-August, for God's sake. The other night, it was 5 below. No way.
Then where were you when it happened?
Well, you tell me. When did it happen? Hell, I don't know. Me and the wife had a fight. I was out driving around. I got no alibi. So I got to trace Brian's steps, solve this myself if I can.
What have you learned?
Not much. Jimmy! Yeah, tell him what you told me.
Yeah, sure, Cliff. Brian came in around 10, pretty drunk. He had a few more, made some noise, staggered out, maybe 12:50.
Anybody in here at the time?
Regulars, but nobody would have paid attention to Brian. He's a fixture. You want anything else?
Why not? Soda for me, 2 more of the same, and something for yourself.
Taxi!
These 2 guys are the best 2 cops in the entire east end of Toronto. You know that, Jimmy.
Like you said inside.
The best.
Yeah.
You trust them with my life.
Taxi!
Oh, screw that. One more round.
No, last call was an hour ago, Cliff. I already locked up.
I got one. Come on, Cliff.
Charlie, they wouldn't have even come up if it wasn't for me going after the chief. You see that, don't you?
Sure I do.
I had you all wrong. You're good people. He's good people, Jimmy.
Sure he is.
I trust this guy with my life. You know why? only damn thing you care about is the truth. No hidden agendas, right, Al?
Put me righter.
Go home and sleep it off.
I'm gonna go now. I'm going.
Man, he's a wreck.
That's all this stuff with Brian. It got to him, big time.
Yeah. What do you make of it?
Well, a lot of guys had better reasons to kill Brian.
Like who?
You give me that run home, and I'll tell you all about Brian.
A hell of a night to be out without a ride.
Yeah. And to top off a perfect week, my car got stolen. Neighborhood's going to hell.
So, Brian Hughes?
Yeah. How to put this delicately? Brian Hughes was a miserable punk who made every life he touched just a little worse. Rarely a night would go by in a bar he didn't start some kind of a brawl.
How come you didn't kick him out?
One time I did. You see this scar on my arm? Brian came at me with a broken glass. I had a few myself that night. Kind of lost it. Took him out back, cleaned his clock.
And?
Well, next day a lawyer shows up, threatens to sue the owner and me for assault. Brian was going to get our license pulled.
What, so, like, he had a case?
Well, you can eject somebody, but if you so much as give them a push outside the bar, yeah, they got a case. And I did way more than give him a shove.
What happened?
My old boss paid him off with a flea bag room upstairs in the hotel, so brawling Brian becomes part of my life permanently.
From the crime scene photos, looks like he took a good beating the night he died.
Yeah. Cliff gave a bit better than he got, huh?
Cliff?
Cliff and Brian had a fight? That night?
I thought you knew.
Why'd you think that?
I mean, you've been drinking with him all night. All night long you've been talking about Cliff was framed and all. He said he trusted you. Oh, this sucks. I'm loyal to my friends.
So Cliff and Brian had a fight that night?
They had words. Cliff laughed. Brian went after him. 10 minutes later, Brian comes in with a bloody nose, bragging he showed that cop a thing or two.
Anybody see it? The fight, I mean?
Anybody did see it, I think they would have said. And it definitely wasn't a topic of conversation after Brian died.
Maine and Danforth.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, look, about Cliff, anybody asks, I never saw no fight, right? See ya.
Well, I guess we should pay those guests upstairs at the embassy a little visit, eh?
At 2 a.m?
I'm ready if you are.
Malcolm, you're drunk. I'm going to take you home, and tomorrow afternoon, once you're over the worst of your hangover, we'll do some interviews.
Hey, I'm not drunk.
Don't get defensive. I was the guy buying, remember? I needed somebody to keep pace with Stark, because I needed to be sober enough to lead the conversation.
You got me drunk on purpose.
Hey, even a rookie has his uses.
Who in the hell are you?
I'm Charlie. This is Cal. Wanted to ask about Brian. He used to live here, right?
That's his suit.
His suit?
Hanging on the door. This is his room.
We're having a wake. Here's the smokes.
Got a lighter?
Yeah. Don't lose this one.
I didn't lose the... Christ, Sherry, these are menthol.
I like menthol.
No, I don't.
Yeah, well, Brian didn't buy them for you, did he?
What division you guys from?
Division? Well...
We're from the Star. You cover crime long enough, you start to smell like a cop.
Yeah, I can buy that. What do you want to know?
Well, for starters, when was the last time you saw Brian?
Night he died. Downstairs in the bar, about 11.
We came up. I had some rye up here, you know? Love light started to shine.
Oh, yeah, like a candle in a high wind.
You weren't complaining. Anyway, we never made it back.
You see him talking to Cliff Stark?
Cliff who?
That cop he was ragging.
Oh, that guy. What about it?
Well, we heard the two of them got into a bit of a scrap, and Brian put it to him.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I didn't see it happen.
Me neither.
Because the talk around the paper is maybe Stark didn't like taking a beating and got a couple of friends and took Brian for a very cold walk on water.
Oh, that's crap. This Stark, he's head of the cop union. He's got way too much to lose.
Besides, if you're looking for somebody with a motive to kill Brian, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Got a better idea?
MTL Management Group bought this building a year ago, got 3 more on either side. Had big plans to give us the boot. But, like Sherry said, Brian loved to scrap.
He was challenging the redevelopment?
The man behind MTL? He's called Mario Torrance.
Brian outmaneuvered him every step of the way.
Yeah, Brian was a genius. But, took on the cops, beat them. Took on the last owners over that brawl with Jimmy, beat them. Been living here free for 5 years.
This Torrance, he didn't reckon on Brian.
Brian Hughes, tenants' rights crusader. That's a new one.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to be in a hearing room when he put on that suit. He was a killer.
Did he work with tenants' rights or Bread Knot Circuses?
No way. You go to the meetings in the bag, they toss him out.
One guy at PNC, he called Brian a toxic anarchist.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Sounds like you and Brian didn't get on all that well either.
What's that supposed to mean? The guy was looking out for us all.
Sorry.
Torrance posted his eviction notice. Brian appealed. Case comes up next week. We win, Torrance is going to lose a fortune. Let's face it, Mario is mobbed up for sure.
Mobbed up?
You know it. And so he offed Brian, right? You prove that, man, then you done something.
You prove that, maybe we got a chance.
A chance?
Hey, look at us, baby. How you think we're gonna do before a stupid rent committee?
Hey, I can handle it.
Oh, right.
Oh, you stupid. Look, get out of here before I give you...
Before you what, Kenny? You come on. You gonna hit me again?
Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe I will.
Hey, now. Hey!
The hell with you, Kenny!
Now, what can I do for you guys?
Doing some follow-up. Kenny claims your new boss was out to get Brian.
Because of this condo development.
Mario Torrance had Brian off because he was messing up the condo deal?
Kenny says he was mobbed up.
Well, if you consider the provincial cabinet a prime example of organized crime.
I don't follow.
Mario's the East End bagman for the party, ever since his papa retired. Not that it matters. Given the current Tenant Protection Act, you have nothing to worry about.
Right.
We were wondering about Sherry and Brian, too.
Yeah? What about him?
Just, was there anything special going on between them? Some reason for Kenny to get jealous?
Jealous? Gee, I don't know. Could be. Sherry!
Jimmy! Bring me back a rye, or I'm putting my shirt on.
You see, Sherry's kind of special to us all.
Hi, Cliff.
Charlie, come in. But keep it down, okay? Just got the kids to bed.
Oh, sure.
My wife's staying at her sister's for a bit. This thing with Hughes just pushed things over the top.
I'm sorry to hear it.
My own fault. We had a pretty good time last night. Too good.
Yeah.
Guess I shot my mouth off.
You were pretty talkative.
Not as talkative as Jimmy.
He called?
Soon as he walked in his front door. Should have known better than to trust him. Guy's got a bit of a problem with John Barleycorn himself, eh?
Yeah. Loose lips sink ships. We gotta know the truth about the night Hughes died, Cliff.
You already know what I know.
Did anybody see the fight?
You tell me.
Not as far as we know.
Well, then you know the drill. It didn't happen.
Except Brian came back into the bar bragging about it.
About what?
Putting the boots to you.
He put the boots to me. He didn't do much of a job, did he?
No, I don't need convincing, Cliff, but you've got to know Internal Affairs is coming for a visit.
Jimmy says Hughes left the bar about midnight. Turns out I have an alibi.
Anybody I know?
You got a cynical disposition, Charlie. Very cynical. There's one of those new stoplight photo enforcement cameras up there on Steeles. My route home. So, I phoned one of the boys, told him the problem, and these came by courier a couple of hours ago. Pictures of my car going through 2 intersections headed north between midnight and 1 a.m. So, I got my alibi.
Then why the hell haven't you told anybody?
Well, I got this great big hammer. I'm just waiting for the chief to stick his head out of the gopher hole.
And wasting everybody else's time.
I'm covering my ass.
Or interfering in a murder investigation.
What investigation? Getting me drunk enough to spill my guts isn't what I'd call an investigation. Besides, you're working for the chief.
Look, this isn't about your little feud with the chief. Not for me. It's about a dead man on a beach. You know, most cases we got maybe a week before the trail goes cold.
Yeah?
Every hour we waste on you puts whoever did it that much further away from justice.
Look, all I'm saying is I didn't do it.
Fine, help us find out who did. Now, what happened?
Okay. Like I said, the wife and I haven't been doing too well. This job, it never stops, and mostly it's about bad things happening to good cops. I don't sleep, and then I get snappy around the house. Take a few drinks to calm myself down, she starts nagging about that. The way I cope is, I get out and I drive. That night, it's cold. Roads are slippery, but what the hell? The heater's on, I got some jazz in the tape deck. Haven't been in the embassy in 8 years, but I decide to go in and have a quick beer.
For old time's sake?
You got it. Place has changed some, but Jimmy's still behind the bar. We get to talking. It's good. Mellow, you know? I'll start to loosen up a bit. And then Hughes comes staggering in with this dye job.
Sherry?
Yeah, that's what he called her. Anyway, I don't even recognize him at first. He's bloated out. But his eyes, flicking around like a snake looking for supper, they were the same. Anyway, he sees me, and that's that. He starts in. Hey, you want to take me for another walk on the water, Cliffy?
I hate it when they don't show respect.
Guy like that, he's below contempt. I ignored him.
That got under his skin.
You know it. I finish my beer, say goodnight to Jimmy, and go. I'm walking up to my car when I hear these footsteps coming up fast. It's Hughes. He's yelling about what I said to him in the bar. The guy's brain is wet. I didn't say nothing to him in the bar. So he takes a swing at me and woof! He hits a patch of ice and he's up in the air and down again flat on his back. And now he's furious, trying to scrabble back up because I'm laughing pretty hard. But he slips again, and this time he goes face down into the gutter. Comes up, nose bleeding, big scrape across the side of his face.
And then?
He just kind of slides down onto a snowbank and sits there.
Then what?
I get in my car and drive. Sorry, Charlie. I've been a jerk on this thing. I'll do better next time.
So that's the end of the tale. Cliff Stark is a complicated jerk, but he's no killer.
Well, I gotta admit, I'm relieved. Cliff's old school, but I like him.
Yeah, it was an education watching you two go at it the other night, even if my head's still sore. What's next?
Back to basics. Be like Cliff. Use the force to do the thing it does best. Collect information.
I could recanvass the neighborhood.
No. The legwork's been done. What we need to do is bring it into focus. We need a profile on everything that happened within the 2 miles that separate the Embassy Hotel and Cherry Beach on the night Brian Hughes died. Every ticket they got written, every drunk put in the tank, and what they had to say. Careless observations, deep suspicions, we're going to get it all.
Sounds like a job for a data processor. Yahoo! Back in the saddle again. The camera? They don't catalog every shot, but you can reference by time and you know when somebody jumps a light. I got a citation from Dundas and Jones. A blue Chevy jumped a light at 1:15 a.m. License number AKDF 124. I ran it against the police logs for the night, and I got a stolen car report. License AKDF 124 belonging to, guess who? Bartender Jimmy Morris.
Bingo.
And a recovery report. They found the car abandoned on Lakeshore, 4:50 a.m. The officer ticketed and called the tower. Jimmy reported it missing that night, but the paperwork fouled up. It's still in the compound.
You're a genius.
Well, gifted at least. Where are you going?
Impound yard. Jolene, I'll need a badge.
So, this is it. Jimmy's rust bucket.
Great. Let's see what there is to see. Interesting.
What?
The butts in the ashtray. Menthol with lipstick on the filter.
We've got 2 witnesses put her with the deceased the night he died. We got the car. We've got menthol butts with lipstick traces. We can do the DNA if we have to, but she still won't roll. Not till she talks to Cliff. The press will love it, Cliff.
Yeah? Okay, I'll talk to her.
She's right in there. Let's go.
Hey, how's it going?
I had better days.
Yeah, me too. They said you wanted to talk to me.
Well, you know what Brian was like.
Yeah, I got an inkling. You want to tell me what happened?
We'd been hitting it pretty hard, right? After the run-in with you, Brian comes back to the bar, all cocky as usual, but something happened out there, got under his skin. He kept talking about walking on water, said he could walk on water any time he wanted. Next time he goes to the can, he slips into the storage and he steals Jimmy's keys out of his jacket, right? And I'm not too clear on the next bit, but I remember us speeding down Jones, and I tell him to slow down and that.
You ran a red light.
No kidding. The next thing I remember, we're on Cherry Beach. Geez, it was so cold. It kind of sobered me up some. I yelled for help, I did, but nobody heard.
Why'd you have to yell?
Or Brian. He's running out on the ice. He's jumping. Thought it was the funniest thing ever. Yelling, I'm walking on water. See, I'm walking on water. Then there was a crack. Brian's not jumping around no more. And I said, hey, Brian, you get in here before you get hurt. That was a mistake. Because Brian, he just goes crazy. Like he's seeing Cliff here out there on the ice. He jumps way up. He's laughing like, and he's cursing Cliff, but when he hits the ice this time, he goes through.
What did you do then?
Well, I yelled for help, like I said. And then I tried to go out, but it cracked again. It wasn't my fault. I was scared. I got in the car. I tried to drive, get help, but I don't drive too good. I got up near the lakeshore and I found a phone booth and I called Kenny and he says, get the hell out of there. By now Brian's drowned. Drowned. Oh, I should have called the cops, but Kenny told me.
Then what?
I guess I dumped the car. I guess I got a cab. Anyway, somehow as I got back to the bar, and I just dropped Jimmy's keys by the storage and I went upstairs and Kenny was snoring and I just got into bed and I cried till it got late because Brian got drowned. And he was all we had, really.
Except Brian crawled out and froze to death.
And I ran away. Well, what else could I do, eh?
I can see him clawing his way out. Man was a scrapper to the tips of his toes.
I should have known he wouldn't give up.
Easy, Sherry. Nobody can walk on water. Not for long.
You have been listening to A Walk on the Water. This week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk McPhee, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm Fieldstein, and Karen Glaive as Jolene Gray. With them you also heard Hardy T. Linehan as Cliff Stark, Neil Daynard as Jimmy Morris, Brooke Johnson as Sherry Gladstone, and Jesse Collins as Kenny North. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Bovin, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Pumped Up.
made the 6 o'clock news. Big deal. All I did was help some officers solve a case. Or 3. To tell you the truth, Louis, it makes me nervous. Because I like it too much. Don't know why that should surprise me. 15 years on the force. It was my life. Stitching time clocks.
That Charlie McMahon?
That's right.
Saw you on the news.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very impressive after all these years.
Yeah, who is this anyway?
We'll get to that, honey.
Fine. Then what's all this about?
A crime.
What kind of crime?
The robbery kind. 10,000 in cash. I want you to investigate.
Why not call the cops?
I trust you.
But you don't trust the police.
You kidding?
Then why trust me?
You busted me once, back in the 80s.
I busted a lot of people back then.
How many were carrying 20 grand and 5 keys of hash?
Hannah Andrews.
Bingo. You turned in all the cash, so I trust you.
This money you lost, is it the same kind of money I caught you with?
Maybe.
So you can't go to the cops. It's dirty money.
No, I can't go to the cops because they're the ones who ripped me off.
Police officers?
There were 2 of them. Overbuilt apes and out-of-style leather. Narcs.
What makes you so sure?
A police shield. A police-issue revolver in my face. That and their heartfelt assurances.
Anybody you recognized?
No, and I make it my business to know the enemy. They're undercover, new guys.
How did it go down?
Guy comes up to the door carrying a pizza. Rings. I told him go away. I don't eat pizza. But the guy keeps yelling, you gotta pay for the pizza, you gotta pay for the pizza. I unlock the door to tell him to blow, and blam, this Schwarzenegger clone I didn't see kicks it open. The badge. The gun. The 2 of them start looking for my stash.
They find it?
Hey, I'm a pro. I never keep quantity at home. But I was about to make a buy. There was 10 grand in a brown paper bag sitting on the coffee table.
And?
And what do you think? They take the money, say I'm lucky not to be busted, and split with my cash.
So, you called me?
Not right off. I told my tale of woe around a bit and learned that this was not an unrelated incident.
How many other incidents have you heard about?
10, maybe 12. Makes everybody very edgy, like, sorry man, I know you fronted me a key, but the drug cops stole it. Things turn ugly. It gets dangerous. For everybody.
You think that's the plan? Destabilize the market?
I think the plan is for a bunch of sleazoid drug cops to get rich. And if they keep going, somebody's going to end up dead.
This we don't need. What did you tell her?
That I'd look into it. I could have gone to narcotics, but if they're implicated...
You're sure? Why take a dealer's word?
Hannah wouldn't invent a story that makes her look weak. Not with her ego.
Still, 2 undercover cops blow their cover to rip her off? Doesn't sound likely. I'm going to call Lloyd Harden.
Who's he?
Runs the undercover agents. Bit of a hothead, but rock solid. I'll reach out.
Then I guess I'm done.
Now, hold on, Charlie. You know what the chief's going to say. This has got to be handled with great delicacy, Kirk. Great delicacy.
Stop right there. I can't afford to keep investigating your cases for you. I've got a business to run.
What if we were in a position to offer you some compensation?
You want to hire me?
As a consultant. Interdepartmental communications.
Interdepartmental communications? What's that?
Kind of a company slush fund. No, seriously, it's a real committee with a real budget and real programs. I got you $500 a day plus expenses. That's our top-end fee.
How would it work?
You're assigned a liaison team.
Gray and Fieldstein?
If you want. And you report to me.
Why would somebody working for Interdepartmental Communications report to the head of Homicide?
Multitasking. I'm still Unit Commander Homicide, but I'm also the newly appointed chair of Interdepartmental Communications.
Is that a promotion?
It's a step in the right direction. What do you say?
Okay. I'm in.
Interdepartmental Communications. I love it. Up until last week, all they did was organize curling, bowling, and darts. Here's the Andrews file. Possession with intent, 1991. She pleaded out, did a year.
Anything current?
Let's check the CIDB.
CIDB? Well, that's the Mountie system, right?
You're getting the knack of this. The Criminal Investigation Database. If Hannah's been up to anything lately, ta-da.
What do you got?
Undercover report. Hannah's still in business. Small-time sales, grass, coke, ecstasy. Just a blip on the radar. Too small to warrant a bust so far.
Yeah, they like to stack these cases up. Take all the little guys down at once.
Right. Drug sweep nets 35. It's the only way to get the press to notice. So what's next?
Let's get Jolene in. Get her up to speed.
She can't come in. She's on course. Surveillance techniques. Rumor has it there's an opening.
She wants to get into surveillance? That's the dullest job on the job.
There's a big turnover. She sees it as kind of a fast-track position. You know, if you want somebody to take over for Jolene while she's away, I got just the guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, Doug Gardner, an old buddy from the academy. Still pounding a beat, but he's got 3 citations for his work. He is a very heavy dude.
I'll give it some thought.
Fieldstein. Yeah, he's here. It's for you.
McMahon?
Hi, Charlie. It's Lloyd Harden.
Hi, Lloyd. How'd you know I was here?
It's my job to know where people are. So, where do we meet?
So did S.I. McPhee tell you what this is all about?
He roughed it in. This perp, she identify anybody in particular?
Just that it was 2 undercover cops.
Wrong. It's not my guys.
Do you have some idea who else it could be?
Maybe. But we'll take care of it ourselves.
Yourselves?
Yeah. So long as you keep out of our way.
So, what'd he say? He said he'd think about it. That's it? Don't worry. Charlie trusts me implicitly. It's in the bag, practically. It's just, man, I need a leg up, you know? I'll tell him Doug Gardner's the most dedicated cop I've ever met.
You mean that?
It's the truth, Dudley.
Hey, I thought we agreed.
Dudley Do-Right, king of the class. That's what we called you back at the academy, and we were right.
Malcolm, I'm not a GD cartoon. I'm playing. Get off my back.
Well, if Lloyd says he can handle it, great. Let him handle it. The department has enough trouble without another PR miss.
I don't know, Kirk. Something about his attitude makes me edgy.
Defeat is ours.
Hand-eye coordination, that's the key.
Now if we could just stop hitting the board entirely. Hey, Earl, can we get a couple of Kilkenny down here? Kilkenny, right, Doug?
Nah, I'm driving.
Make that 1. Charlie, S.I. McPhee. Didn't know you guys were into darts.
Hey, Interdepartmental Communications is deeply committed to darts.
Mr. McMahon, S.I. McPhee, Doug Gardner, 11 Division.
Constable Gardner, I saw your commendation in the last newsletter.
Yes, sir. I was honored.
Yeah, feels good to get a bit back every once in a while, doesn't it? How do you know this cowboy?
Doug and I went through the academy together.
That's so.
2 lamest little guys in our class. But he taught me computers, and I taught him how to run an obstacle course.
Yeah, he was like Grease Lightning even before he turned into the ever-loving Hulk.
Hey, what's with you and the cartoon characters? Besides, I ain't green. Keep trying to get Malcolm into a gym, but if there's no keyboard attached, he ain't interested.
You noticed that too, huh?
He's so in love with his mouse, I used to call him Mickey.
Hey!
Anyway, Malcolm was saying maybe you might be interested in talking to me about...
his Corvette. You ought to see this thing, Charlie. A fully restored 58 Corvette. A thing of beauty.
You bought a Corvette?
Oh, I really needed it. Been working on it all winter, and I'll be paying it off for the rest of my life, but you only live once, right?
Yeah, so come out and have a look.
And there's something else we wanted to talk to you about.
Fine. Be right back, Kurt. So what was all that about?
I just didn't want Doug bugging you in front of the SI.
Sorry. I just like to cut to the chase, you know. And Malcolm already told you I'd be a perfect replacement for Jolene, right?
Not a replacement exactly, but...
Look out! What the hell? Doug, you okay? I'm going after those guys now!
Hey, Doug, hold on.
They shot my friggin' Corvette!
Charlie, what happened?
Silver Toyota. Pretty new. Guy riding shotgun had an automatic.
They fired at you?
Just blasted away. Missed us by 10 yards. Who's on this thing? I want some pursuit.
He okay?
Yeah, he's just blowing off steam.
You get a look at the shooters?
Ski masks, gloves, dark windbreakers.
Didn't get the plates.
Hey, McPhee, will you tell these lame-brained slugs to get this thing rolling before it's too late? Ah, never mind.
Doug, hold on. You gotta make a statement.
I'll do it tomorrow.
What's eating him?
They shot his car.
Hope his insurance covers drive-bys.
Drive-by? You think this was a random shooting?
You think different?
I don't know, but Hannah said somebody could get hurt, remember?
Maybe you better go see this pusher again.
That's her place on the right. This should be interesting. Oh, by the way, do you have your gun?
My gun?
She may be the shooter, and knowing Hannah one way or the other, she's probably armed.
You sure it's not a random drive-by?
Maybe. But Hannah sure as hell knew I was on this case. Don't look so worried. You're safe.
How can you be so sure?
With automatic weapons? If they wanted us dead, we'd be dead.
Well, that's comforting.
Her door's open. Hannah?
McMahon, got a busted arm.
What happened?
What do you think? Man, why'd I trust you?
I didn't tell anybody.
That being the case, the guy was just plain psycho.
Tell me.
I'm sitting here watching the tube when, blam, the door comes crashing in. 3 locks. Guy's a freak. He storms across the room, and before I can say a thing, wham, I'm on the floor. Then dumps that wall unit over on me. Stereo, TV.
Try and keep still until we can get an ambulance.
Who are you, man?
Malcolm. Could you identify the man? If not, did he say anything, give you a reason?
He was nuts. Said I shot his car.
What?
Ever see him before?
I got nothing more to say to you.
Just because Doug beat on her doesn't mean she didn't do the drive-by.
Sure. Could have been some other dealers, or Lloyd's unnamed suspects, or Bozo the Clown, for that matter. But this is a different issue. How did Doug find Hannah? What did you tell him?
He was my best friend in the academy. I was bragging a bit, was all.
Details?
I told him I was going to get him in, subbing for Jolene. Well, I thought I might be able to. He was real keen.
So you gave him details?
Yeah, some.
Enough for him to find Hannah. What else?
Charlie, I was showing off. I told him everything, and that's why he thought Hannah was shooting at us. And that's probably all there is to it. He blew his stack and did something stupid.
So that makes it okay? He's just a cop with a psycho temper.
I didn't say that. At the academy, he was the best, very keen.
Ambitious?
A bit more than that. He drove us all, but in a good way. All he ever wanted to do was good. This pumping iron stuff, it changed him. His head got big along with his biceps, you know?
And that means we should ignore what he did?
Our job is to catch the guys ripping off the dealers, not wreck my friend's life. He just lost his temper.
It's assault, Malcolm. I'm not going to let it slide.
They'll turf him for sure.
Hannah's on her way to the hospital. He's a cop. You go see him tomorrow. Tell him to turn himself in. Or I'm going to report it myself.
Come on. 4 more reps. 1. 1 more. 3. Last one. You can do it. Breathe. Breathe. And rest.
Hi, Doug.
Malcolm. What brings you down here?
I just thought I'd check the place out.
Thinking of joining?
Maybe.
Oh, Malcolm. This is Curly, my trainer. And you're the pal from 15 Division, right?
That's me. Did you have any membership forms or...
Tell you what, I've got promo kits in the office. I'll go get you one.
Great. Doug, the old guy and I ended up at Hannah's last night, just after you left.
What'd she tell you?
Not much. She was in too much pain.
But enough.
Enough? You broke her arm. She was scared to death, and if she hadn't made a slip about shooting the car, we wouldn't have had a clue.
She deserved it.
No, you went off like a firecracker with a bad fuse, and Charlie won't let it pass. He says you turn yourself in, or he'll do it for you.
Oh, that's crap.
No, that's a fact.
And maybe I need to have a talk with him, too.
Need to have a talk? Damn it all, Doug, what's happened to you? We're the good guys, remember?
Yeah, and I did a bad thing to a bad person. I gotta turn myself in for that.
It's the best chance you've got for saving your career.
Forget it. The dealer won't talk.
Doug, don't get irrational.
I'm irrational. You call this...
Here we go.
Irrational?
Package.
Oh, the hell with it. The hell with it all.
Doug, hold on.
What set him off this time?
Something I said.
Talk about mood swings, eh?
Never used to blow up. He's out of control.
Yeah, some guys, they get aggressive. It's the training program. But he thinks it's worth it.
He's always on me to sign up. Says it would help my career.
Yeah. You should talk to Doug about it. Get the details. You'd be amazed at the kind of help you can get. I mean, guys your size, you can't get the kind of bulk you need any other way.
Charlie?
Just a sec. I just have to seat this watt spring. And there. Done. So what did he say?
Nothing much, but he's doing steroids.
That explains the mood swings.
Yeah, I thought that's the key. He can go in, tell them about his problem, get off with a suspension, some drug counseling. He'll be fine.
So you talked some sense into him?
I tried. He got mad and took off.
I'm sorry.
There's something else, Charlie. I'm being followed.
You sure?
Hannah said it was narcs robbed her, so I opened up vehicle requisition records, wrote down some of their license plate numbers. FTR 144. It's registered to Lloyd Harden.
Detective Harden.
What do you want?
Just wondered if you could tell me why you're following my friend here.
Who says I am?
I do, ever since I left the gym.
How'd you make me?
Trade secret.
Why have you got him under surveillance?
I can't tell you that.
Well, I guess I'll have to talk to McPhee about it then.
Well, you do what you want to do, McMahon, but know this. I got a 2-year investigation about to go down in flames because of your poking around. You wreck my case, and I'll make sure your buddy here languishes in records until the day he dies.
First, let's run every case Harden's currently working on.
Given how he plays his cards, do you think they'll be in here?
Well, some of them have to be, or somebody up the food chain would be asking why.
I'm in.
Is Hannah there?
Oh, yeah. Along with about 10 guys. Now what?
Any way you can trace who's been looking at Hannah's files?
Sure. How far back?
3 months.
You got it. Oh, boy.
What?
I got Doug.
He had to get Hannah's address someplace.
Yeah, but he was looking at her file a month ago.
What are you doing now?
Searching by Doug's name. He's logged on to 15 TO drug suspects in the last 3 months.
He's a beat cop. How in the hell does he get access in the first place?
I taught him.
I'm a 15-year veteran of this force.
And I'm a detective who resigned under a dark cloud, but I never, ever tried pulling a number like this.
And what kind of a number is that?
You tell me.
No, you tell me!
Boys, calm down. We're all on the same side here. Let's work together.
I run undercover operations. I can't come skulking down to HQ every time I got a tricky decision to make.
Agreed. But that doesn't give you a license to harass and intimidate anybody who gets in your way.
I do what I have to do.
Yeah, and where do you draw the line?
Keep it up and you'll find out.
No line?
No line till I get my bust. And that includes your steroid goblin buddy.
My steroid goblin? You strafed the Corvette, didn't you?
Prove it.
Who in the hell am I working for?
The car? You shot up a cop's car?
I'll deny it.
Okay, that's it. I mean, what is this? Ego night in Canada? Lloyd, you're going to tell us everything about your case.
Oh,
and Charlie, you are never going to mention that GD Corvette again. Got it? Got it?
I'm listening.
Harden?
Okay. I got an operation called Dustbuster. Target was a chain of middle-level Toronto ecstasy dealers. I put 3 guys on the street, young and pretty. They hit the rave scene. We're into year 2, and we got files that stretch all the way from the club dealers to the international suppliers. We're ready to move within weeks if things don't screw up.
Which brings us to Doug Gardner.
First time I saw him was maybe 8 months ago. We got a dealer staked out on Tyndale, and this van pulls up out front. These 2 guys get out, go up, knock on the door. We're running tape, and what we hear inside is a shakedown. Guy claims he's a cop.
But you sit tight.
Well, we've got to sit tight. If we go in, maybe we blow our whole case. Maybe all the cases if the word gets out. So we hang tough, but we phone in a call for another surveillance unit, put them on Gardner and his buddy, who turns out to be your old friend Curly Fagan, who another unit is watching on another case.
Steroid sales?
Very good. Totally different class of user, but the same old game. Dealer's a dealer, right?
Then what?
Well, then we find out the guy really is a cop.
Why didn't you turn him in then?
Same problem. The case has got to hit the papers. We've got to testify. Our sting goes down the tubes. We decided to see how it played out. But all that changed when you got involved.
Okay, makes sense. What's your next move?
I'm not sure. Your buddy Doug's out of control. I mean, Curly isn't a problem, but Doug, I can't scare him off. I can't run him in. And as long as he's out there, I got trouble I don't need.
One way or the other, it's time to get him off the street.
You got something conclusive to say, just say it.
I don't know where to start.
At the beginning. Why'd you want to be a cop?
I don't remember.
I do. I was a kid watching TV, probably Dragnet or something, and I remember thinking, I want to be one of those guys. A good guy.
As I recall, those shows were all black and white.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, that's an easy way out, isn't it? The world's more complicated than I expected, so it's okay to be corrupt?
I was doing the community a service messing those guys up.
That's a load of crap, and you know it.
Do I?
You can't break the law and enforce it at the same time. You messed up.
Look, you want to bust me? Just do it.
We're not trying to bust you. We're trying to save your soul.
My soul?
Talk as tough as you want. You didn't join the force because you were corrupt. You joined hoping to do some good. Everybody does. Maybe it was the job drove you to the steroids. I don't know. But you've got to see yourself for what you've become and change it.
I was great at the academy. Drive, character, it counted for something. Out on the street, you need more. Rousting a drunk or facing down a pimp, size makes a difference. I saw it every day. Look at me. Shortest guy in my class. So I joined the gym. I worked out hard. But it didn't make much difference. Till Curly offered to help.
And he got you going on the steroids?
It's not just the bulk. You get to feeling invincible.
Some trip from an invincible cop to extortionist.
Curly kind of turned into my best friend. One night we were out putting back some beers, and he says, "How'd you like to bust a dealer tonight?" I'm half in the bag. Got a testosterone chip on my shoulder, so I say, "Show me the way." It was easy. I took the guy's stash and flushed it, put his cash in our pockets, and I told him, "You're out of business, dude." Next day, guy left town.
So it worked.
Yeah. That was how it started. Never really thought about how it was going to end. Now what?
You go fishing with me.
What?
We need you out of the picture for 2 weeks. Give the drug guys the room they need to do their job without any worries about you blowing up.
You think I can't control myself?
We both know it.
And then what?
You come back here, post your resignation.
So I'm through.
At least you won't be charged.
No. That's not good enough. We go away. I get off steroids. Then I come back and turn myself in.
But why do that? That's what you do, isn't it, Malcolm?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That's what a good cop would do. Hey, Malcolm.
Yeah, Doug?
Thanks.
You have been listening to Pumped Up, this week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul LeDoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm Fieldstein. With them, you also heard Brenda Bazinet as Hannah Andrews, Derek Boys as Lloyd Harden, Michael Caruana as Doug Gardner, and Derek Murchie as Curly Fagan. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of The Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening and inviting your comments. See you next week. Robert Haley stars as Charlie McMahon in Jump Up, Fall Down.
You're organizing a police float for Caravana?
I won't do it, even if S.I. McPhee did put me forward.
It's a job that'll get you noticed by the brass.
I bet it will. Dressed in feathers, winding up a storm on a pile of PA speakers.
Whining?
It's a kind of shimmy with a thrust and a hip slide.
You see the problem.
Did he say you had to play Mas?
No, but...
Oh, hold on a second. You guys are getting way ahead of me. Define Mas.
Mas, it's short for masquerade. A Mas is a kind of whacked-out marching band.
In feathered bikinis.
You'll be on a float, not playing Mas. The feathers are optional. So what's the problem?
The problem is Caravana sucks.
What do you mean Caravana sucks? You took me to my first parade, Mas Camp. You used to love Caravana.
Used to. Now it sucks.
Caravana is the biggest celebration of black culture on the planet. Close to 1 million people partying their brains out on the street, and that sucks?
Not that. The rest of it. Every year another financial scandal. Every year one faction fighting another. This year it's Errol Jones. Makes us look like fools.
Errol Jones?
Errol Jones. He's the leader of Freedom Mas. He's won Best Band 15 times in the last 20 years.
He's also a very vocal pain in the ass.
He's an artist, and he's got a legitimate beef.
What's the beef?
We're desperate for funding this year.
We're desperate?
Malcolm is a member of Freedom Mas.
No need to look so surprised. Carnival is for everybody, me included. You've never been to Caravana, have you?
Bit noisy for me. But, Errol Jones is low on funds?
The Caravana Committee tied all grants to matching fund allocations based on levels of corporate support.
Typical. Caravana attracts $200 million a year in tourist bucks, and the province wants to bleed it dry.
This is great. Just fabulous. Jolene?
S.I. McPhee?
We got trouble.
We do?
First, the chief hired Errol Jones to consult on our float. Gives the loudmouth a few bucks to play with, put some oil on the waters, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Part two, somebody just took a pot shot at him.
He's okay?
Yeah, but the press got it. Mass war. Triggered by police sellout. More at 11.
So what do you think?
Looks like an explosion in a chicken coop.
A Technicolor chicken coop. Errol's usually out back in the metal shop.
Charlie McMahon.
Betty?
Is this about what happened to Errol?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I know. I'm not a Trini.
A Trini?
Someone from Trinidad.
That's right. I am not a Trini. I'm Jamaican, but this is still my mass.
Betty, have you had a chance to talk to our supplier about that lime green silk?
It's coming tomorrow.
Excellent. Malcolm, you have brought recruits.
Not exactly. Constable Jolene Gray, Charlie McMahon.
Mr. McMahon, Errol Jones. Malcolm has had nothing but the kindest things to say about you. And Constable Gray, I understand we'll be working together.
Yes, sir. Apparently. But after the shooting...
I can work wonders for you, and no ridiculous shoot-em-up is going to scare me off. Besides, I'd rather design some banners for the police than sell my soul to Nike. Come outside. We'll talk.
See you later, Betty.
Yes, come back when you're done. I'll fit you for a loincloth.
This is quite the operation.
Yes. And by the time we're done, we will have fabricated 800 costumes. And as you can see, some of them are structurally complex. Of course, the incident last night has slowed us down a bit.
Yes, sir. What exactly happened?
I was coming from a most unpleasant meeting of the Caravana Committee, and I suppose my mind was elsewhere. You see, I parked my car close to the side door. I prefer clean getaways. I got to the car door and was getting in when the windshield exploded.
Did you see who fired the shot?
I'm not even sure where the shot was fired from. I have to confess, I'm still a bit skittish.
Do you have any idea who might be behind this?
None. But I must say I'm not surprised. For many years, Caravana has been a community event. But as it has grown in popularity, the celebration of our culture has become practically irrelevant. Once it was friends dressing up and having a party. Now what's important? A gangster rapper promoting a new CD. The mass are getting strangled out of the mix by corporate elements. This soul-destroying trend inevitably leads to violence. And I blame the Caravana Committee itself.
I got the crime scene report emailed over. They found one slug buried in the front seat. Forensics says it's a .22 long.
Weapon?
No rifling on the bullet.
A zip gun?
That's the assumption. Homemade, firing pin, a bit of tube, and some kind of trigger. Bam.
Kind of arcane, isn't it? I mean, the local gangsters are hardly at a loss for Uzis.
Any idea where the shot came from?
A steep angle of entry into the car. Hard to get much beyond that.
So, what's our next step?
The Caravana Committee?
Then I guess we start with Henry Sharma and Patricia Gardner.
Who are they?
They are, for all intents and purposes, the Caravana Committee.
After the committee failed to produce audited statements for the third year running, Patricia was elected to clean house.
She hates Freedom Moss. The feeling is mutual.
But she's already saved the festival.
By cutting a deal with the province to bring in Sharma as chief financial officer.
Unelected, appointed by cabinet, and about as popular in the community as an outbreak of head lice.
I'd hoped to reach a resolution to our differences before adverse publicity damaged this year's event.
Who's here?
The executive committee, Errol, some of the other mass leaders, and Henry, of course.
Our plans for this year's festival raised concerns. I'd hoped to make people understand what motivated those decisions.
Decisions Mr. Jones opposed?
Vehemently.
Unfortunately, Errol is a very influential voice and a bit of a loose cannon.
What was his problem?
At base? A nearly total inability to deal with the practicalities of fundraising.
Errol feels Caravana should be funded primarily by the government, with most of our resources being directed towards mass creators.
He opposes any real controls on spending.
Now, you know the financial history of our organization. It's been an embarrassment.
Government today is looking for results, not dreams. And the province is wise enough to see that the private sector holds the answer to our problems.
This sounds strangely familiar.
3 years from now, the province expects Caravana to be self-sufficient.
The organization needs sponsors, not handouts.
We tried to get Errol to understand that before we introduced the new criteria, but he went on Speaker's Corner in full costume, and before you know it, he's all over City TV. I will not turn my mass into one of Mel's moose. He said this was his last Caravana, and he's vowed to bring the whole organization tumbling down around our ears.
That kind of talk is driving the sponsors we desperately need away, making it practically impossible for Patricia to do her job.
You think that has anything to do with somebody taking a shot at him?
Well, there are times we'd all like to wring his scrawny neck. But I think the issue of the police float may be more relevant.
You got anything for us, Malcolm?
Patricia had a very interesting early life. Foster homes, minor arrests, no convictions. She was kind of the queen of Jane Finch there for a while. Ran with a nasty crowd.
Gangs?
Oh, yeah.
Should you be able to access her juvie records?
Hey, I got this out of a puff piece in the Caribbean Times.
She saw the light, got radicalized.
Radicalized? She comes off more like a pinup girl for the National Post.
She's ambitious. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. It's heartwarming, really. Next, Henry Sharma. Also very ambitious, and closely affiliated with the provincial government who have a cynical need for some credibility in a multi-ethnic society.
Read it in the Star. His job with Caravana is part of a bigger game plan. If Henry can get Caravana on track, he's well on the way to position in cabinet.
That is the current wisdom, but...
But?
This is a bit questionable. But for some time now, an acquaintance of mine has been hacking into the office of the Premier. I happened to mention what I was doing, and he just happened to forward a series of emails from the province's favorite ethnic poster boy to our favorite failed golf pro. Henry is set to bring Ms. Gardner down.
No way!
Yes way. Don't sputter. Listen to this. Ms. Gardner's brave neocon front is just that. Under her weak-kneed leadership, sponsorship initiatives are faltering.
But it's all Errol's fault.
It doesn't matter. Patricia has failed. Henry suggests the government shut the Caravana Committee down and make the festival the direct responsibility of a branch of the Ministry of Tourism, to be run by Henry Sharma. That would make Patricia a very unhappy puppy.
Unhappy enough to shoot Errol? I don't think so.
But if she knew about the report...
Hey, before you guys go 10 rounds, let's find out what Mr. Sharma has to say. This is quite the spread.
Henry Sharma is a very successful man.
Obviously.
You think he'll talk about this thing with us?
Maybe not, but I'm dying to see the look on his smug puss when he finds out we know about it.
He said he'd be in.
Maybe he's out back, can't hear the bell. Wait here. Hello, Mr. Sharma? Are you back here? Charlie McMahon. We called about the Jolene, we need an ambulance, now!
The problem is we've got a perfect suspect, lots of motive, and absolutely no evidence.
The zip gun. Ballistics have established that both shots were fired from a similar weapon.
That and $5 will get you a roadie next Saturday. At least Sharma's murder puts pay to the police float theory. Hi, Betty.
Malcolm? Charlie?
You look busy.
Artists. Errol is changing the design for the king's costume. I'll be up all night now, I suppose.
He say anything about Henry Sharma?
He was most charitable, especially since that man was out to get him since day one.
But why blame Sharma? Patricia's the chair.
Patricia? Patricia blows with the wind. You can despise Patricia, but we all know she is not the problem. No, it's him.
It was his idea to cut off your budget.
Get a sponsor, he says. Errol wouldn't do it, and the others were following suit.
So the sponsorship drive was going to fail?
Of course. It was damn foolishness from the start.
Errol, can we talk? Gentlemen. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Terrible.
I dislike the man, but I keep thinking how close I came to the same fate so few nights ago.
Can you think of anyone who'd want to kill him?
Well, you must know he was a very unpopular man. How do you like my changes to the costume, Mr. McMahon?
Interesting. It's quite a complicated structure.
Complicated enough to allow me to wear a 300-pound, 18-foot-high costume that I can pull for 4 hours in the blazing sun.
It's beautiful all on its own.
You're an artist, I suspect.
Well, not quite, but I do admire elegance.
The essence of this work is to find a balance between weight and function. The greater the weight, the more one must carry, hence the wheels.
You're putting on wheels?
Yes. As you know, I prefer a costume I can walk in.
Forever.
But alas, my vision exceeds my strength.
It's like a rickshaw frame.
That is correct. But with a few interesting personal touches. The movable handle, for instance.
You always work in aluminum pipe?
No. I work in aluminum, silk, and dreams.
Henry Sharma was about to bury those dreams.
Well, let's just say we were involved in a rather public debate about the very nature of dreams. It's a fight I think I will win eventually, albeit without Mr. Sharma.
You can defeat Patricia Gardner?
We'll see. You know, if I were looking for a connective tissue between Sharma and myself, she is a link.
How come?
Well, we were both a threat to her power. But of course, that's absurd. Patricia is a leading light in the community. Her intentions are good, even if her methods are often questionable. The only thing that troubles me is whoever killed Mr. Sharma, are they through with me or not?
You assume it's the same assailant?
Well, who is to say? After all, what is mass? A shorter way of saying masquerade. And what is a masquerade? A world in which nothing is what it seems.
I don't get it. The parade isn't until tomorrow.
The king and queen of the band's extravaganza, up at Lampert Stadium. They judge the costumes before the parade.
It's a sideshow, maybe 10,000 people. Tomorrow there'll be 700,000 people strung out along the lakeshore. And maybe, just maybe, there's a killer in there somewhere.
And maybe he's working for Patricia Gardner.
It's a stretch. And the only evidence you've got was secretly ripped off from the Premier's office.
That doesn't mean it isn't true.
No, it means it's inadmissible in a court of law.
There is one more possibility we haven't explored. A psycho who doesn't happen to like Carabana. Do we have Patricia and Errol covered?
Patricia is easier. She's set up at the end of the parade route down by the Palais Royal. It'll be a zoo there when the mass bands wind down, and she's not moving. But we've got a lot of uniforms and plainclothes to protect her.
Errol is the bigger problem.
True. But we've got you on the police float right behind him, and Malcolm in the middle of his mass. Right, Malcolm?
Right. One problem?
What's that?
I'm dressed in a loincloth and something that looks like a feathered boa on Viagra. No place for a holster.
Charlie can carry for you. He's going to be walking the route right alongside you, right?
You got it. And we're all tied in on wireless.
I'll be up on the top of the Jameson Street footbridge with a good view of the entire parade route. Command Central.
One more question. How long does the parade take? I mean, it's not much of a walk.
There's a standard reply for that. It's a 1-hour parade that takes 5 hours to complete.
Well, let's walk the route, look for trouble spots, and try and keep hydrated.
This is SI McPhee, Jameson Footbridge Command Post. This is a frequency test. Unit 1, police float. Constable Gray, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But once you start moving, I don't know. This float has enough speakers on it to kill a cow at 1,000 yards.
10-4, keep your earphone in, and if I were you, I'd load up the other ear with cotton batting. Unit 2, Freedom Mass. Come in, Constable Fieldstein. Affirmative. I'm in position in Freedom Mass. I just wish I was closer to the king. How's the volume? Pardon? Can you hear me? How's the volume? Pretty intense, but it's more of a bass thud in the chest than a real sound. Over. Unit 3, Charlie.
I'm in position opposite Errol. The costume it's fantastic. They all are.
Affirmative. It's a surveillance nightmare. Hand out.
Amazing.
Charlie McMahon!
Betty.
So, what do you think?
I'm speechless.
I know. I am a big woman in a little costume. Isn't it beautiful?
It is. And so are you. And you sure can, wine.
A wine out the devil and a hell of a time. That's what Carnival's all about. Come on, Charlie. Play mass with you.
I'm kind of overdressed, don't you think?
You know what? Nobody cares. Come on, jump up.
I'd like to, but I'm on the job here.
Gardenero?
Yes.
Expecting trouble.
Just not taking any chances.
You're a good man, Charlie. You need any help? Just blow.
Well, thanks, but I can't take your whistle.
I've got two. Besides, it's a police whistle. Come on. You can do better than that. Blow! Now you're showing progress. Come on.
No, Betty, wait. I can't.
You won't get any closer to Errol than playing math with me.
This is mask leader to mask makers. What's happening out there?
Unit 1, everything's okay here, except our PA isn't working. We've got Constable Garvey from dispatch on it, but nothing.
That's a drag.
The people along the route think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm sure the chief will be delighted. Anything else?
Not from our POV. Unit 2, over.
Yeah, just so you know, Charlie has joined the parade. What? McMahon here. I'm marching with Freedom March near the front. I got a clear view of Jones and Betty. Charlie, you okay?
Sure. Everyone's under control. Over and out.
Charlie! You're whining good, Charlie.
Give me a break. I barely managed to hustle. So who won the competition last night?
Not us. With all this trouble, Errol was off his game.
But he looks great.
No, it's all wrong. And I don't understand it.
What do you mean?
Buggy wheels. In the past, Errol would never build a costume with buggy wheels.
He told me it was the only way to support the weight of the costume.
I have seen him take twice that weight, without wheels.
Is it important?
To a traditionalist like Errol? For 15 years, he has refused to design a king or queen costume that lowers his standards. Now this, and I know the costume he intended, that was elegant. This is not.
Unit 1, I think we've got the sound problem dealt with. Any news on other fronts?
Unit 3 to Unit 2. Malcolm? Yeah, Charlie? Where are you? I'm about 10 yards behind you. I can't see you. Everybody looks the same. I'm taking off my headpiece. See me now?
Our sound system is working!
This is ridiculous. What? This noise is ridiculous. Malcolm, the other day, you were surprised about the wheels.
The wheels?
On Errol's costume.
You bet. He's a traditionalist. Usually rigs thin aluminum poles into specially made boots.
Why?
They go straight up into the air. But the weight is
all transferred into the pavement. Everything hangs off the uprights?
Right. The thing he's got on today, it's a cobbled-together mess.
What about the handle?
Crude. He didn't even finish off the ends.
What do you mean?
You can see it from here. The tail end of the front piece. It's an open pipe.
What if it's a zip gun?
What?
Zip gun. Aluminum pipe. Zip guns.
Why are you holding me in this van?
Because we're stuck in traffic.
You want to make a statement?
I am an artist. It's my job to make statements.
Ha-ha. Why'd you kill Sharma, Harold?
Kill whom?
Come on, you had a zip gun built into the frame of your costume. Sharma was shot with a zip gun.
And so was I.
When nobody was watching.
It's not going to be too hard to establish it's the same weapon. And as for motive, you were buying yourself an alibi.
Really?
I just don't get it, Errol. You're the greatest carnival artist since Harold Georgetown.
You think so?
We both know so. Every presentation, a unified, perfect whole.
I tried.
You didn't try, you did it. Why throw it all away?
They were taking it all away from us. Look what they were doing to this great institution. Government-appointed CFOs, a board full of little politicians seeking their own advancement. Truck after soundtruck covered with corporate logos, choking us with diesel fumes. Millionaire basketball players pretending they can sing.
So you wanted to stop the commercialization?
It had to be stopped.
And a gun was the only way to do it?
How did you know about the gun?
An artist of your standards resorting to kiddie wheels? We had to notice.
I had no choice. It wasn't necessary to conceal the weapon.
So it was planned? Right from the start?
No, it wasn't. An artist like Mr. Jones, if he'd planned in advance, there would have been none of this last-minute clumsiness. Would there, Errol?
You seem to know me very well.
You didn't start rebuilding your costume until after you shot Henry Sharma, which says to me his death wasn't premeditated.
Hey, Charlie, come on. He can hire his own defense lawyer.
No, he's right. Mr. Sharma was not an accident as much as an extemporaneous gesture.
A what?
I went to him, you see, in private, with a list of those I had convinced to boycott sponsorships. He laughed in my face and told me what the end result of my actions would be.
The direct takeover of Caravana by the Department of Tourism.
By him. Well, I did still have the gun.
And firing into the crowd would help deflect suspicion away from you?
In the chaos. The noise from your police float alone would obscure the sound of a .22. And afterwards, who would be able to say where the shots came from?
That's why you rigged the gun to fire behind you. So it would look like the shots were fired at you and hit the people in your moss instead.
Yes. And the real beauty of it is that Patricia would fall under suspicion.
Uh-huh. What made you think that?
Her past reputation would have come to the surface. They would never be able to prove it, but suspicion would destroy her.
Didn't it occur to you innocent people would be hurt?
I worried for Betty. She is an extraordinary seamstress.
You're nuts.
Well, that's harsh.
Harsh? You'd sacrifice your own people? For what?
Well, that's simple. For another golden era.
You have been listening to Jump Up, Fall Down, this week's episode of our series, The Old Guy by Paul Ledoux. Featured in the cast tonight, Robert Haley as Charlie McMahon, William Colgate as Kirk, Ryan Rogerson as Malcolm, Karen Glaive as Jolene. With them, you also heard Arlene Duncan as Betty Parker, Tyrone Benkin as Errol, Karen Robinson as Patricia Gardner, and Sugith Varagesi as Henry Sharma. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kimlicka. The recording engineer was Wayne Richards. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. Colleen Woods was the associate producer. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of the Mystery Project. I'm Bob Boving, thanking you for listening. and inviting your comments. See you next week.